All right, I'm live. Some of y'all people scrolling through here, you could just keep scrolling. This might not be for you, but I'm going live for this person on the screen right here that's been harassing my channel. This is gonna be a learning episode. You're gonna learn information and you're gonna see what I do to goofies that just say anything just to feel smart. Because we understand intelligence is accumulated knowledge that can be proven and verified. Intelligence is application of knowledge. Intelligence is application of knowledge. And I'm going to use this person right here as an example of how to dismantle misinformation and emotion. So this person right here is playing with me, and I'm going to kind of wait on them to join the live. I just told them I'm live. We were just typing 3 minutes ago. So make sure you join this live. Don't run. Don't type comment after comment, right? And then don't join the live, because that's cowardly. So I'm going to break down all of your comments. It would be wise to erase your comments. All right, I don't know if they requested you to come up, but I'm not going to do any guests right now. But I do want y'all to witness my very special set of skills that I obtained throughout the years exposing these people that just put out misinformation. So like I said, you will learn the meanings of words and how to put them to use. And also you will witness my mastery. So let's go right in. No, it's okay. I know they be mistakenly letting y'all request up sometime, or they do it automatically by default. So this is an Aboriginal Myrr. These are the people playing these semantic games with Creole and Creole and Myrr and more. They're trying to make these distinctions so they can lay claim and sort of villainize the word more. They want to villainize the word more and accept this term Myrr, you know, as if it has any more validity than the word more. This is what we're dealing with this stock of goofies. I'm calling them goofy because it's all goofy when I'm goofy, because it's all goofy when it all boils down to, you know, they were making these distinctions and talking about Noble Drew Ali. You know, it's like, it's just too many of them. It's a dime a dozen. And we all know the same pattern of these people that come across me. They vanquish. They disappear into the night. We never hear from them again. Time and time again, all these people that argue with me, playing with me, they just disappear. Go sit down, go play with yourself. Because when it comes to information, the truth is the only thing that matters, not your feelings. So let's go into the comments. Let's go right in for the KILL. So this goofball right here is on my page, right here, trying to tell me something about some Creole. So this woman right here is the mother of a Mexican mestiza. A woman from Mexico, this is her mother. And some mestizos was on the Indian page trying to tell the Indian that they're African. So the mestiza woman, she posted this photo and said, this is my mother, and my mother is not from Africa. This is one of those light-skinned mestizo women. This is her mother, but her mother looks like people in America. Matter of fact, I have a niece who looked just like this. I have a niece named Jerisha in Minnesota who looked just like this. And I know plenty women who got hair just like this. I know plenty women, but they're going to sit up there and say, you know, this mestizo woman was from Africa. She's like, no, I'm not from Africa. My mother is from, I can't even think of the name of the city. It started with a T in Mexico. She said, my mother is an Indian. This is exactly what she said. My mother is an Indian from this town, Tijuana, something like that. And I'm like, look at that. Yeah, but this is in Mexico. This is not Louisiana. And those Filipino, I'm gonna definitely show something on the Filipinos, because this person I'm about to expose did mention the Filipinos too. So I'm gonna show y'all where the Filipinos really from and how important they are to our culture in North America. Filipinos, no, it's not Tenochtitlan. It's TEY something. You know, but I'm finna go all the way in. Watch this here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to address every last one of these comments to show you. So she started off as Creole isn't more either. So they're just making up arguments that I'm not even arguing. I never said Creole was more. I simply posted this to prove to the mestizo people that the original brown people predate them. So this woman is up here arguing with me about the word more. So she been wanting to pick on me. She pretty much admitted that she been wanting to pick on me, with her comments. But I didn't even post this to prove this was no more. I'm not saying that this woman no more. I don't know what the hell she claimed. I'm just posting it to prove that indigenous people is brown, a variety of brown. So I don't know why you running, because I'm live right now. I just told you I'm live. I don't know why the hell you lying. Why you running? So let's go into the comment. So Creole isn't more either. Let's go to my comment. We doing a whole rundown. Okay, hold on. So my comment was, more is an English rendition based on dialect. Spanish history or any other history told by English is not accurate. This topic is not worth my energy. Creole simply means native customs. It's just an indigenous American dialect. So nothing about Creole is Spanish. It's just a period when the House of Burgundy had commercial control of the ports. I'll show you another time that Creole simply means native. I call her Creole instead of Creole because she persisted in the Spanish territory, not French. It's really not that difficult. So I call this woman a Creole, not Creole, because Creole is how they say it in America. They don't say Creole in the French area. You understand me? They don't say Creole, they say Creole. Like in Haiti, they say Creole. Right? It's just different areas. It's the same word. She's trying to convince me that Creole and Creole is different just to sound smart. Now, before I go in, here's one dictionary. Hold on. I hope that's you. Because if you smart, you will come up here. Here's two dictionaries. Here's three dictionaries. We got three whole dictionaries. Let's go right in. Bam, right here. It says it right here. We go right in. Look, see, she's up there reading Google. All they do is Google. Google. That's their favorite little source. Creole. Now, Creole, it's the same word. It's literally the same word. This woman up here trying to convince me that it's different, but it's just a different dialect. It's no different. Creole, language, a language. You're wasting my time. It's the same, but I'm really finna expose you though. Watch this. I hope and pray you come up here. Let me go ahead and tag you. I'm not even finna play with you. I just told you I'm live. It's like, where are you? Now you're gonna disappear like a goofy. Let me go on and message her right quick. Now you gonna disappear like a goofy. Now you on the run instead of joining the live. Now you on the run. Watch this without really exposed. Right, they just call it Creole, but it just means the native dialect of people who use Latin. Everybody who use Latin got different dialects. It does not matter how we pronounce it. It can be Creole, Creole, Creatine, Crea, Creole. It's the same word. It's nothing special. So this is the definition proving that it's literally the same word. It is nothing different. You cannot sit up here and convince me Creole is different than Creole. Now let's go in. Because now, like I say, like this lady really just rubbed me the wrong way. Up here trying to waste my time. Okay, hold on. So here it is right here. She goes in, says the one claiming Creoles. Clearly I'm finna claim them. I'm not into incest. I'm not into tribalism. I'm claiming these brown people. The document even says Moroccans are the true people of the America. So this is one of them Empire of Morocco people mad at me that I'm not from the Empire of Morocco. You lied on live and said that wasn't our nationality. I don't give a damn what your nationality is. Then she go is and say religious corporations is on their website. No mention of theocratic government. It says y'all are U.S. citizens. Laughing my ass off. Nothing to spy on. Oh no, she just wrote that. This is all recently. Let me go. I want all of the old comments first, because this is a nutcase right here. Let me see. Let me make sure. I gotta get every comment, because you are wasting my time, I swear. Right. Moro. Here we go with this. Moro. Oh, yeah. She definitely rubbed me the wrong way. Okay. One Erica. Okay, so here's another one. Hold on. I find multiple sources saying the same thing. You believe Noble Drew Ali after he wrote a couple of things. He had to go to the Middle East. Went when he could have went to Peru. Read court documents. Look into the Seminole. The Washita predate him. They never claim Creoles like you are. Dred Scott predates your God, Drew, but y'all seem allergic to give credit. I saw the last lab last night, further adding that you need to hit the books because the MSTFA claims, hold on, to be U.S. citizens and Asiatic, so they can't be American. No military either. I'm talking about straight harassing me. She looked like she erased a lot of these comments too. Okay, here it is right here. Here goes some more stuff. Here it is right here. Morena has more connotations. Criollo does not. Criollos are Spanish who were born in the colonies. Just making up stuff that I'm not even talking about. Another mental basket case. Most don't even have indigenous blood. They just claimed it. History proved that with the Criollo priests who created the Mexican flag, all lies, and other Criollo priests who stole Anahuac during the Mexican-American War and sold it for $15 million. Who has no more blood but Spanish? Just up there running their mouth. Like, lady, what the hell? Let me see. Anything else? Yeah, she didn't erase a lot of these comments. Let me see. Anything else? Okay. So right here, I go on in and say, so she's going in on the Myrr. I said, lady, Myrr means wall. You feel me? Myrr means a wall. Hold on, where is it at? Then she goes in and say, laughing my butt off, because I said you're just making up stuff. Why would I make it up? All that translates shows it means God's portal. I don't know how you skipping over the basic information. It's not my fault you've never heard of a Maru Muru. Just lying, because everybody know I'm the one who introduced this information, this Amaru Muru stuff. I got a whole book on this. Just lying. These are the type of psychopaths this is up here lying. I've already shown during the wars that the land was ours. You just want to claim North America and Mississippi tribe. What the hell I'm claiming South America for when I don't even be down there? Like, lady, get up out of here. Another psycho. So now let's go in on the word Myrr. Let's go in on the word Myrr. First of all, Noble Drew Ali went to Pan American Conference in Cuba. Right? Noble Drew Ali went to Panama. Noble Drew Ali did go down to South America. And I don't care about all that. But let's go in on the word Myrr. So let's go in on the word Myrr. What does Myrr mean? You know, these Myrrs is getting on my nerves, man. You know, these damn Myrrs. What does Myrr mean? You feel me? Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all are wasting my time. Like, and I'm live and you're running. So look at this Myrr person, these Myrrs. Myrr is a Dutch and African word that translates to wall in English. It refers to a structure of stone, brick, wood, or other material used to enclose, divide, or separate spaces. So look at this. Now they went up into the WordPress to fix it up. Now they want to fix it up the Moorish. Now they want to steal this lady called me the agent, but all they do is steal everything we come up with. Now they the Washita Myrrs. Pronounced moo. So they the Moors. Whatever mu means, we don't even know what mu means. Myrr. Okay, if it's mu, pronounce mu, why spell it M-U? Why don't they got their own letters? A Myrr is a Moor, is a Moor. So this is how contradictory they is. First, it's not a Moor, but now it is a Moor and a Moor. I'm talking about, this is straight crazy. A Myrr is a Moor by Ali.open. So she's up here arguing with me about a word not being a word, but they're saying it is the same word. This is what we're dealing with. It's like, come on, man. Like, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time with you. Like, you just wasted my time. Like, I'm really mad that I even gave you my energy. It's like, oh my, man, I swear to God, I'm really mad I even wasted my time. Let's go back to these comments, because I do not see the ones that's more interesting. Look at this nonsense court case for these Washita mound built dug the mounja. Y'all dug the mounja. Y'all ain't dug nothing. Talking about a court case. I don't care about that rinky-dink court case. Y'all ain't nobody that I care about. Let me see. Anything else? Let me see anything else that I can find on this lady. Look at this. Moro is designated to the Philippines, and you're designated to Africa. You're designated to Africa, lady. So let's talk about that designation. You're designated to West Africa, lady. Now you're trying to tell me about what they're designating. I don't care what they designated. You can't tell these people where they're from. They could very well be from America, and they could have just got exiled like the Haitians got exiled. Just up here making up stuff. Just want to seem smart. Okay. Anything else that I got? Anything else? Mesoamerican. Anything Creole, brown, black, Moors. All right. All right, so now I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Now let me go in. So like I said, you're nothing but a waste of time, and you're not going to come up here on this live. You're probably listening on the spy mode. You're nothing but another Aboriginal Myrr that means wall. So you're saying that it means Myrr or moo, whatever the hell moo is. So now y'all from moo, then you from South America, then you from the Washita dug the mountain in Louisiana. So y'all are one big tribe of goofies that's all over the planet. Y'all don't mix with nobody. Y'all just mix with y'all selves. And this is why you're racist. This is why you're racist, because y'all just look like you, a West African, because that's what you are, because that's what they designate you to, since you want to talk about designations. So when you spell the word Myrr, it means a wall. Nobody's a wall. So this is how I know. This is how I know you slow. Watch this. Watch how I prove you slow with ease. Not even going to take me no time. This is how I know they slow. And this why you not going to join this panel. Watch this. I'm about to prove you slow. Let me find that one. Okay. Drew. All right, here it is right here. Look. And I'm done with it. I know you slow. So this how you know they slow. Look. Remember they said moo. I just, you're not going to get on the panel because I'm going to embarrass you. Listen. Remember they said it means moo. You know, they're clearing up the conception of moo. Let's go back if I got it. Hopefully I still got it. Let's go back. Clear. Y'all are too easy. Thinking is not what y'all do. So they have a whole website to clear up the conceptions, right? Myrr, clearing up the conceptions. And then they go right in and say it means moo. It's moo. It's not Myrr, the wall that I have found. Right? Now let's go right back. Look what she says. Oh, it's not my fault you have never heard of Muru or Ramu Muru. Maru Muru or Ramu Muru. Just making up stuff. And look, it means the God portal. It means God's portal. Oh, but I thought it meant moo. You clearly just your website says it means moo. Now it means a God's portal. Which one is it? I'm not listening to you. Of course I'm going to listen to Noble Drew Ali over, ooh, boy, I want to go in, over a goofy like you. It means God's portal. So what tribe is finna name themselves the Washita God's portal? The Washita Myrrs mean the Washita God's portal, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Peru is known for pheasants. No, it's not. They don't even use the word fez. You're just making up stuff. They don't use terminology like that. You're the Washita, the Washita God's portal, the portal people. But then on your website, it says, oh, it just means moo. And then you go in and say, oh, Myrr and more, part one. It's more. It's all the same. They're saying it's the same, but she's on my page arguing with me, calling me an agent. Like, you're a clown. You're a goofy. Like you're a goofy. Like, it's too easy to expose you, Washita Myrrs, and like y'all are goofy. You a Washita wall, a God's portal. You come from the wall. It's like, but y'all gotta understand what they're doing. They're trying to say I'm wrong, but they ain't gonna make no sense. The Washita Myrrs means moo. That's where they get it from. The Moors. They're saying that they from moo and they are ers. Moors. I'm from moo. But then goes on, this goofball right here goes on to say it's the God's portal. All their translation shows it means God's portal. I don't know, you skipping over basic information. Lady, nobody's getting past me with this slow shit. It's like, why not get on the panel when you know I'm live? You're a coward. Like, y'all are cowards. All y'all do is type. All this shit say 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. This all just happened. Now she's on the run, knowing that it's going to be too easy to expose y'all. Like, move around. Y'all are goofies. Like, this is what I do for a living. I've been doing this shit for like 15 years. I done made over $20,000 exposing goofballs like you. I done got 20,000 plus in donation exposing goofies like you. I'm spending this money. I'm spending this money on gold and shit and good food. Like, just making up shit. Creole and Creole is the same word. Hopefully, is this you? Is it you? I'll bring you up if that's you. If that's your weak ass if this is your if this is you, I'll bring you up. I'm waiting on the goofy. I'm waiting on the Myrr. I'm waiting on the Myrr goofy to justify this nonsense. Is this you? Are you the goofy Myrr that's been just tagging me, talking all this Myrr nonsense? Now you a damn portal. Then y'all were the Aboriginal Myrrs from the Washita Dug the Monja from Moo. Now you the topic is, let me show you the topic. Let me show you what the topic is, man. The topic is this person tagging me. I did a video to prove that the original Mexicans were, you know, our people, and they look like this. They look brown. They don't look like those pale mestizos. So I called her Criollo because it was in the Spanish area, because this is how they pronounce it. Creole means native. It means native food, native customs. This person gonna come on my page and say Criollo don't mean more, and I never said that. So that go to show you that they're slow. Like, bring your ass on up here. Is it you? Oh, it ain't you? Oh, all right. I'll let y'all up, man. Y'all want to come up? Shit, let's talk about it. So I think Federal Reserve notes is money. It don't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what people think. My thoughts don't matter on that topic. Yeah, come on up here, man. Y'all want to come up because this goofy is on the run. Goddamn goofy Washita Moors. I don't got time for none of that.
All right. You was just bringing up some interesting details about the Creole and stuff like that. I just want to, hear what other knowledge you have on that.
Well, it don't mean what they trying to. Okay, I don't think Ryan wanted to come up here. It don't mean.
Yeah, I wanted to come up here. I gotta speak. I want to say something.
Look at this goofy right here. Look at it. On the run. I was on the live. Like, look at this goofy shit. I'm up here talking about you, and you're on the run. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Oh, fucking goofy ass bro, wasting my time. Just up here typing shit. I can't even find your comment. It is what it is, man. Oh, here it is right here. Here it is right here. Here's this goofy shit. It literally means doorway. I got you. We finna go in on the Creole. So Myrr, it literally means doorway. Myrr was originally Muru. Remember the site, it says that it means mu. That's why you got the Philippines calling themselves Moro. I don't got them calling themselves nothing, lady. You just making up shit. So who the hell is gonna call themselves the Washita doorways, y'all? You see how stupid that sounds? Because the definition is a brick wall. What nation on earth is gonna call themselves the Washita doorways? It's stupid. No make no sense. Like go ahead on somewhere. Like that's why we don't rock with y'all. But anyway, let's go into the Creole. Let's go into the Creole right quick.
Now, is this like the same Creole? Cause I'm Haitian. Is that like the same Creole, or am I getting things mixed up here?
Right, Creole. Let me explain it to you right quick. Cause you from Haiti and I can't speak for you. My people from Mississippi and Louisiana, so I can speak for them. I ain't speaking for you right now.
Okay, I get it.
I'm not gonna do that for you, but I'm gonna do what I can for me, so we can clear that up now.
Yeah,
But let me
yeah.
go in. I got you. Right, 1 second. Creole. Here it is right here. So we see right here in this dictionary, Spanish English dictionary. Right here, you see Creole. Creole, one.
Oh
Two,
wow. Oh, okay.
native. It's the same word. It's no different. It's just different dialect.
So when
It's
you're
native,
speaking Creole,
national. Criollo, a native cuisine. All it means is a native. It doesn't mean what they're trying to tell us. It's a mixed people. That's some shit the Europeans made
oh
up.
wow, boy.
This is look. One dictionary got it in there. Two dictionaries. All of them got the same shit in there. It says native. So Creole is the native language that y'all accumulate. So in Haiti, y'all got y'all own words. In America, we got our own words, but it's still Latin. So it's still Creole. It's Latin Creole because we're creating our own words out of Latin. That's all Creole is. It's our creations. Right?
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm the golden truth, and
Okay.
I'm chosen, man. And to be honest with you, I know what's going on, and I know that the Creoles, they Tainos too. They the black natives.
Yes,
Like you
they are.
said, they natives.
Yes, they are.
So what I'm saying is, Haitians won their freedom. They the black freedmen. They the black natives. They the black Tainos. They the Indians. They
It
come
makes
from.
sense now after learning the definition of Creole. That's fucking me up. I can't
So
wait to
listen
tell
what I'm
my
saying, brother.
Creole this
Listen what I'm
shit.
saying. So what I wanna say, 'cause I don't want you to cut me off. I wanna get this out.
All right.
The first black natives were servants. They servants. Look up the ancient word servants. They servants, right? In the 1500s, 1400s, 1300s,
Correct.
1200s, 11. They was all servants, and they won their freedom from Israel because Israel was not tribes. That's a family. That's the firstborn of God. Now, the 10 lost tribes that broke their freedom from the Northern Kingdom in the ancient times came back as Greeks, came back as Germans, came back as the Romans. So, as Germans, came back as the Romans. So, I know who the Indians are. The Indians is Gag. They Native Americans. They the black Indians. Gag won their freedom from us. Yo, listen, man. Yo, listen. The Haitians won their freedom from us.
Okay.
Yeah, the Haitians. Yeah, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the Barbadians, all of them won their freedom from us. So we the children of the sun. We belong in South America. That's the sun's land. That's
Right,
close to the
right, right.
equator.
Right.
That's the first civilizations ever in South America.
That's true. I think
So
it's
when they
called.
switched the maps, when the Moors, the Spanish, the Indians that put up South America, Al Cubalon and Tamericans, that's Seth bloodline. That's Set. That's Tameres. That's Set I. Set I. That's the demon god. They was going against us. That's the serpent was going against the sun people. The serpent, the garden, right? Y'all came to the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Gods. Y'all went against Lucifer. Y'all raised that war in heaven. So listen, hold up, time out. Haitians know who we are. Jamaicans know who we are. They come from Africa,
Right. Central.
right? So hold on, wait. Africa is an old name. It stands for peace. It stands for something deeper than what everybody could ever imagine. It
Explain.
stands for the land of like pureness, like health. You get it? So they got us confused, and they put spells on us. The voodoo
So the
niggas, the
land of
Haitians.
healers, then. So
So
Africa was
wait,
really
let me finish, brother. Let me finish because you guys are you guys are lost fucking here. You hear me? Y'all descendants of your black Europeans that blend in with us, that enslaved my people, and then y'all blend in. Y'all merge yourself with us.
wow.
Y'all fucking foreigners. So y'all belong in Africa, Haitians. Y'all on an island with vibranium and gold.
Yeah.
So listen, hold up, time out. South America, Brazil, Peru, all of you Caribbeans, all of you Indians, they told us that y'all got slaughtered. And it wasn't no more. Then y'all came with this fake shit going on here. So when I come out with my podcast soon, it's coming real soon. I'm exposing all of you Indians, all of you Black Caribbeans, all of you Africans that hate us. Because you niggas swear to God that we jealous of y'all when y'all came over here and took everything from us.
Hey, do anybody want to rebuttal what he's saying, man? Because I never
Nobody
heard
can
nobody.
I'm
because I'm
starting to
golden.
see
I'm
Yes, sir.
chosen by
Oh,
the
yes,
Most High
sir.
Son. And you
Yes,
All
niggas
sir.
right, all
are
right, all right,
lost
all right.
here.
Let Tahaka go in. Let me see if he can rebuttal this, man.
Yes, sir. Greetings, family. You know what I
Greetings.
mean. A lot of things the brother was saying. Some of it was truth,
All
but
of it. I don't care what
some of it
these
was
niggas say
mixed with
here.
things that's not based on truth. Perfect
right.
example: the ancestors in the continent, what you call in Africa today, have never used the word called God, because the word God came into an existence in 750 A.D. when the European Tamahos came to the continent. That's
Nice.
number one. We never used the word God. So
Nice.
Africans use
that's
the
out the
word God,
question
nigga.
right
What's wrong
there.
with you? Africans
Excuse
did use
me?
the
They
word
didn't even
God.
speak
God
that
came
type
No,
out.
of
they did
language
So,
up
not,
bro,
there,
listen.
sir.
man.
Let me
No, they
explain.
did
Let me
not.
explain
Excuse
Nah,
me.
this.
nah, nah,
Hold
nah.
on,
Let
brother.
L
him
Hold on,
L
finish,
brother.
means
brother.
God.
Hold
Hold
L
on,
on,
brother.
man.
L means God.
No, hold on,
Hold
L
on,
man.
means
brother.
Right.
God.
I'm gonna
L.
ask
Okay.
you a question, my
No,
brother.
let him finish all his thoughts. No interruption, brother. That's
I'm
how I
gonna
do
Them
ask you a
it.
niggas
question,
interrupt me.
brother.
I wasn't even finished.
He was,
Well,
he
but I
was
wasn't
finished.
finished, my brother.
Nah,
Number
nah, nah. I
one,
You're
had
not
let
gave
my
you
me
the
brother. None of
floor.
you niggas my brother. You don't know the truth. None of you.
I had gave.
respectfully,
You
brother.
my enemies.
Respectfully, brother.
Come
One
on,
thing
Niggas
man.
about me,
dead
my
here.
brother, I don't work off emotions. I work off
You walking
intellect.
dead,
Okay,
Right.
let's
nigga.
get
Right.
that
Right.
straight right there. So let me
Ghost
ask you,
Troy.
brother, what is the etymology of
You
the
don't
word
know
God and where
nothing
did it
here.
come from?
All right, there go a question for you right there.
What was the question, brother?
The question again, brother. What is the etymology of the word God and where did the word God come from and when did the word God come into an existence? I know these things. I want to
All
see
right,
if you
God
know.
came into
Yeah,
existence.
brother.
God came into existence when they conquered the Elohim, and then they came with the one created God and
That's
the
not the
thousands by the
definition of the
Israelites.
word
The
God,
Israelites
sir.
made that up in the
That's
thousands.
not the word. That's not the definition of the word God, sir. I
Listen, what
asked
I'm
you what is
saying
the
to you. The
definition of the
definition
word
of the
God.
word God is reverse. It means
It is
dog,
not,
and
sir.
that's man's best friend.
It's
I'm
not.
not
It's
fooled
not,
here, man.
sir.
What?
It's not. That is not,
Yo,
sir.
bro, you in the
Anyone
spells,
right
man.
now, sir. Excuse me,
You
sir.
in the spell.
Excuse me, sir. We're working off intellect, not for
Because
emotions.
L is
Anyone
God.
right now. Excuse me, sir.
Silly
Anyone right
clown.
now could take their tablet, their phone, or their computer and etymology the word
We
God, and it
have the
would come up
technology.
German. It would come up German,
God
sir.
is created by man.
It is
I'm
not,
before
sir.
creation.
Yeah, I just told you that. Created
I
by
know that
German
Germany.
already.
men, which are Europeans. You're right. It was created by European German men in the year
Wow.
Okay, I
750
just
AD.
reversed it. I just told you what it means. God means dog, and that's man's best friend. I
It
just
does
broke it
not.
down to you.
No, you
If
did
you can't
not. What
understand
you
what I'm
did,
saying, then hey,
excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. What you did just talk some nonsense to people that don't know any better. The
bro, I'm way
definition of
smarter than you.
God
You
is,
indoctrinated
excuse me,
clown.
sir.
What
Excuse
the
me,
fuck
sir.
is you talking about?
Excuse me, sir.
Spelt the
Come
Minister
word
on, man.
Malcolm
backwards.
Come on,
Malika,
man. We
excuse
all
me,
Look
grown,
at
sir.
the
man. We
definition.
Excuse
all
me,
grown.
sir. Respectfully, sir. Minister Malika Hel Shabazz once
He's a
said,
servant. He's a
excuse me,
servant, man.
sir. Excuse me, sir. Why you have to be ignorant? What's wrong with our people,
You a
man?
servant, man.
Excuse me,
Buster said
sir.
God is dog. Go
Minister
ahead.
Malcolm said years ago,
That's a dog,
when a
brother.
man has to resort to cussing, he has nothing intelligent to say.
And
So
then a
why are you
lot of men,
cursing?
a lot of people think that niggas come from apes.
Niggers.
Yo,
Where
listen,
you get that word
The
from,
Kenyan
sir?
people,
Okay,
they
but
Where
you're
got a
you
not
get that
talking to
word
people
from,
who
sir?
believe that, sir. You're not talking to
Excuse me.
people who believe
Kenyan
that.
people come from
So,
apes, man. I don't care what
so
these niggas
Bruh,
say.
fuck
I
a
got
lot
I'm
of
all that
asking
people.
shit.
you
I got
questions,
everything.
brother,
I
and
got
you haven't
all that.
answered one question. You going on ranting with some foolishness.
Yes.
That's why I came up here so I could stop you with this foolishness with this young
Yo, bro,
generation.
listen, hold
You
up,
don't
time
know
out. You
what you're
don't even know
talking
me.
about,
You's an
and you're
old
talking a
geek.
bunch
You
of
can't tell me
ignorance.
nothing. You
My
don't know
guy
nothing
Excuse
Frederick
me,
about
said
me.
sir.
these people are
Excuse me,
coming
You don't
here
sir.
know
to
nothing
I
about
debate.
your
bet you.
people.
I bet
Oh
you one
man.
thing,
Yo,
sir.
listen,
See
you
what
got a
you
suit
trying
and
to do,
tie
right?
on, nigga.
Excuse me,
You a
sir.
clown. You a house Negro.
Excuse me, sir.
You a
I'm
fucking
a house
clown.
Negro, but you
You a
using the
house
white man's
Negro. You
word
don't know
called
nothing
God,
about
and
your
I'm a
ancestors. Who your
house
ancestors?
Negro.
You
Alright,
Okay,
I
okay,
can't do
okay.
it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
I
make
don't
me look like a
understand that,
child.
my brother. What's wrong with our people, bro? I'm trying to educate. If you feel like I'm wrong, then go research the word. You got a phone or a tablet in your hand to see if I'm wrong. But if you find out that I'm right, then sit back and listen, because people are listening to this.
Right,
Spreading
right, right,
misinformation is a serious thing, sir.
right.
We have
Exactly.
people on these panels that's listening. We have a young generation listening. And for you clowns to get up here and buck dance and spread out misinformation because you're trying to get a few dollars off of TikTok off your page to spread lies to our people is a serious issue coming from a
Yeah.
black elder.
Yeah.
Okay?
Man. I don't care about if people wrong or right, man. This respect go a long way, man. So
Yes, sir. Respect
So
is a right
what's
thing to do.
crazy? What's
Without
crazy was
respect, you won't last long, sir, coming from an elder.
yeah,
what
you
was
Without
definitely
respect,
won't.
you will not last long. And
Nah, I don't
again,
exactly.
intelligence will shut down ignorance all day. So
yeah.
again, the word God is European German. It came in existence 750 AD. Anyone could go and research that to see if I'm telling you the truth, if I'm telling you a lie. And if you go research to find out I'm telling you the truth, then maybe you should hear what else I got to say that you need to hear. There might be some more truth. I'm not
Correct.
here to hear myself talk. I'm here to educate my young generation. I'm not indigenous just to America. I'm not just a Moor. I'm not just that. I'm not whatever. I'm indigenous to the whole goddamn planet. I'm the people of the sun. I'm the original man of the planet, not just America, the planet. Let's get that straight. Let's stop playing with these words until you find out what the word really means. Then maybe you could take on that label and claim that label if you wish to. Because all the labels that you're claiming really goes back to the same goddamn people. The original man and woman, melanated people, people of the sun. We are different tribes. So stop this division and this hating against one another trying to be right.
Yeah,
It ain't
that's what
about
you
being right.
doing. Like how
It's
you
not about being right. It's about educating one another and try to lift each other spiritually so you connect with your inner self, the nature of yourself being, to get back on your higher frequency, getting back in tone to connect with the seven chakras, which is your inner strength. Let's keep this shit straight as an elder. That's all I wanted to say. That bothers me when I see us disrespecting one. What we disrespecting each other for? What? What are we
Unc,
getting from it?
I couldn't even respond. Unc, I was sitting there still trying to process what he was really trying to say. Cause he
Yes,
talking
sir.
about,
I
oh, y'all
respect
from the
that.
Caribbeans, I'm gonna expose y'all. That's when I'm like, what is he talking? That's when I
And we all the same people. The only difference is
exactly.
we all just got off at a different boat stop. Come on, stop this. Now I know about the Moors, the Muur. I had a book on them when they called the Mound Builders. They
Oh,
had an
that's the
emperor by the
proper
name
way
of
to
Gasta
say it.
Gray Bay. I did a little research on her books. She's okay. I like her. She doesn't try to show division. She'll tell you right there in her book. Yes, the motherland is Africa, but yet we are the Yasmin Washita nation of North America, the originals. Yes, you are. The black man and woman is the original Native American, but you
Um,
still have Africa in your DNA. You can't get around that.
I want to interject. Okay, what about the Aztecs, Mayans, the Mexicans that are here? Not the Latinos, the indigenous Mexicans that have been here.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you asked that question, sir. From my research, you know what I mean. I'm not going to say I'm 100% correct, but I think I may be about 75% correct. What you calling the Latinos down in Central and South America are really descendants of African people, what you call the Almecans. They'll try to steal their culture, say
All
that they
next. Oh,
wasn't Africans.
okay.
But hold on, let me finish. Then you can go ahead. Because if you go and search the history of the Almecans, you'll see they were nothing but the Carthaginians who had a thing called the Putnik Wars. And when you go look up the Putnik Wars, then you'll see who the Almecans were that came through Central South America. Can't get past it. The Latinos, they're nothing but what you call Native Americans. They don't even know their language because they still speak a conquer language, which is called Spanish. That comes from the Spaniards.
Right, right,
So they
right.
don't know their language or culture or history either.
No, some of them do. Some of them do. Because there is a difference in between being a Latino and Hispanic, apparently, and I learned this from them. The
That's true, my
Latinos
brother.
are the European hybrids, I guess you could say. And the South American people, the Aztec people, they claim, they know it's a difference.
See, now you just taught me something. I never looked at it that way, and that makes perfect sense what you just said. See how I can learn, and I'm an elder?
Correct.
And you just made sense. The evidence that she's showing up there in the pictures now, whoever's flashing them, and the evidence that you just gained verbally, that connects. That makes sense to me. See, now I just learned something. Thank you.
I didn't even peep to throw the picture up, but yes, those are because I seen some people darker than me, but they, short like a regular Migo, got the hair, but he blacker than me.
That's the genetics. Just like the most of our people down in Louisiana, things of that nature that speak Creole, they ain't nothing but an African speaking French.
Right,
That's
right.
all they are. But they created their own system,
Hey,
trying to
let me
get
say
away
this
from the
right quick.
European system. So
Hey,
that's
let me
why they
say
came
this
up with
right
the
quick, brother.
Creole, speaking
Steve,
things of
Yo,
that
bro,
nature.
I don't know why y'all listening to this dude.
listen.
Sad.
No. Hold on, man. Let me say this right quick. Um, I'm listening to Haka,
Somebody
and,
got a bad
and
echo.
yeah, somebody got a bad echo. Let me see who that is. Let me
Sharif.
see. 1 second,
No.
Sharif. Yeah, that was Sharif. 1 second. Tahaka, you make a lot of sense, and a lot of the elders did introduce a lot of information to us, like Ivan Van Sertima,
What is that?
J.A. Rogers. I don't know if y'all know who Van Sertima is. He the one who introduced a lot of information on the Olmec.
He
But
wrote the book called "They Came Before Columbus."
so
Ah,
this is what
okay.
I'm trying to say right here about elders. Every since then, we have been doing so much research that we have advanced past that. So we appreciate the foundation, but a lot of the information y'all know we have corrected. So like us having African DNA and out of Africa, this challenge, it's a challenge theory that has been recanted by the people who brought it to us. So we have to rethink a lot of stuff. And one more thing, like the Spanish language. The Spanish language don't necessarily come from Spain. The people from over here colonized over there, and Latin is ancient. It's like 2,000 years old, and the language of Latin is ancient. We
But they have
cannot
different
say that they
dialects, though.
brought us a language over here. We got to stop doing that. French, like French, for instance, the first French people were not white people. The first Spanish people were not white people.
Get the fuck out of
We're
here.
constantly giving these people
Nah,
credit.
bro.
Okay.
I'm saying we're constantly giving these people credit when we don't really know the whole true story. Is what I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
We got to be
May, may I
careful.
may I correct
Thank
you
you.
for a second, my brother?
Yeah, you can correct me. I'm almost done. But what I'm saying is we got to be very careful with giving Europeans a lot of credit for stuff that they
Right, right,
simply wrote themselves into history. We don't have any evidence besides them drawing pictures. That's all I'm saying.
right,
But I want
right.
to say something too about the Europeans because the Europeans are blacks.
That's a good
Because the
point too.
Europeans ruled, the Moors ruled in the Dark Ages. That's what they hiding. The
See,
Moors
this
are the
is what I
blacks that
mean.
ruled in
This
the
is what
Dark
I
Ages.
mean.
The,
People
wait,
speak
hold on, bro.
about things.
You geek. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to things. Just mind your business, geek. I'm not
I
talking to
was
you.
responding
But
to the
anyway,
brother
yo,
beneath
listen.
me.
The geek Moors, the geek blacks that's hiding, mixing in with us. They want us to be them. I would never be them. All right. So look, check this out. They hid in the Dark Ages. They hid all this shit from us, and then they brung the white tea people here because remember, the Moors tell you they went to the Caucasus. They the ones that sit them up right, started shaving the hairs off of them and mating with the women. The Moors did that. That's where you get the blue bloods. Look up the blue blood, right? Now look, check this out. When they came over here, remember the Moors with the pirates. They were the seafarers.
Right,
So
right.
they the ones that came on dwelled in tents. They the one that dwelled in tents. They the one that was the nomads, the hunter gatherers hunting our pets. They the one that was eating the pets. They Abel. So when King killed Abel, and they God said, "Oh, I'm gonna take your sacrifice when you unaliving the animals and taking blood sacrifices." We came, we Israel, we farmers. So listen, let me make it right. Let me make it right for y'all. When we unalive Abel, he was eating our pets. They was hunting. They was hunting our pets, my nigga. Chopping down our trees, making long houses. They was dwelling by the banks, by
All
the sea
right.
area. That's why by the seas. That's
Damn.
why they got the bank system now, and that's why we lost in sea. Because
Calm
Jacob
that
and them
down,
bitch
father.
niggas came here, and Esau. They the twins. They the
Can I
double-headed
ask you a
serpent.
question, brother?
So anyway, to make a long story short, they conspiring against us. Remember, Jacob fought against God's angels and won a birthright. Israel is older than Jesus.
Can
Jesus
I
is
ask you a
not
question,
us, nigga.
brother?
All
The
right, they
word
sacrificed the
Israelite.
firstborn. Look up the
Excuse. Can I ask you a
firstborn
question, brother?
plagues in Egypt. We
Can I
older
ask you
than
a
all
question,
of them.
brother?
They came and conquered us. I'm
All
not
right, but
talking to no.
don't.
I'm not fucking with no Indians, no blacks here.
But
Them
remember
niggas
that
are
this
our
is a
enemies,
conversation.
Watch this.
and I
Let
don't
me
give a
ask him a
fuck what
question.
nobody
Watch
say.
this right here. What is the
None of you
definition of the
Indians is
word
me, and none of you
Israelite?
blacks is me.
What is the
I'm done with
definition
you
of the
clown
word
ass niggas.
Israelite?
Oh,
Answer
you
the
brought him
question,
back up
man.
here.
What is
Done
the
with you clown
definition of the
ass
word
savages.
Israelite,
Oh,
man?
it's this guy again. Oh my gosh.
ISIS Ron L.
He got up out of here. He left on his
All right,
own.
well, let me respond to the brother that was speaking earlier. Number one, brother, none of you are speaking language, you're speaking a dialect. That's number one. The Spaniards dialect is really an offshot of what you call Latin. And Latin is an offshot of what you would call the European Greeks. That's why I was just asking him up top, well, what is the definition of Israelite? Anyone could go get any dictionary, etymology, unabridged, Oxford, Merriam-Webster, who is the great granddaughter of Webster's dictionary, any 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th, 34th edition, and the word Israelite comes back as Greek. It has nothing to do with Mennonite or
What?
so-called black
What?
people.
Can I say
That's
something?
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me say
No,
it. Let
I'm
me
about to
say it
look that
again.
shit up
Let me
right
say
now.
it
Yeah,
again.
say it.
Let me
Can I
say
Okay.
it
say something?
again. The
Okay.
Latin word, the Latin dialect, is an offshot from the Greek. The Greek is the oldest language of the European people. They came to mother continent Africa to get knowledge. Okay? When they
All
came
right.
in, the knowledge was too much for them and they couldn't succeed it. So they twisted shit and twisted dates, came up with a thing called religion, a thing called the Bible, a thing called the Quran, a thing called ideology. And now they got people thinking, well, I'm this, that, or that, or that, or that. But my thing is this today. No matter what you look for today, the only way to prove it is through mathematically, scientifically evidence. And if you don't have mathematically or scientific evidence, most of the things that you're just saying is based off of belief, and a belief is an assumption to set something without evidence. Plain and simple as that.
All right, check it out.
Can I
I'm
say
gonna
something,
come back
please?
to
Can I
that
say something,
Greek
please?
claim that you made, but I want to get to my other guest first. But remember that, Tahaka, we're gonna come back to that. So it
Yes,
was
sir.
Sharif Bey, it was Lucky Lou, and Doris Brock. Let's go with Sharif Bey right now. What's
Yeah,
good, brother?
what we're going through today is a modern day version of the Crusade. Pope Alexander the Sixth told Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo to paint the picture of Jesus, the color of his son, which was Caesar Borgia. They all was homosexual, make him white. And he said, while you're at it, make the rest of them people in the family white too. So and the Bible white too. So we're not. So a lot of people think that Jesus was white and J was created in the 15th century. So that who was really put to the cross was our people. The nation of Moors is put on the cross, and they make us think that the white man's on the cross, and they cross us up still to the day. And that's what this fight over Israel is still about. The Crusades.
Right.
Okay, that's true, my brother. Mr. Bay, I'm glad you said that, my brother. But would in all reality, wouldn't the story of the so-called Jesus really be the story of Set and her son Horus or
Yeah,
Horizon?
that's where it came from. So with we remember back in slavery, they said if we were caught reading stuff, they would kill us.
That's
Now,
correct, sir.
now today people hold you hostage, saying you should read the Quran, when we spoke to universal and bring it all together, back on the square. We were the scholars, and back in
I think
Spain,
you have your sound on
they.
speaker. That echo is bad.
All
That
right, hold
feedback
on.
is bad.
Yeah, you
I, I
got
t-
two. You got two servers going at the same time. You gotta close one of your servers.
all right, hold on. Did it
Oh,
go?
my, yeah, that's better.
All right. So, what we taught them, the seven liberal arts when they came up out of caves, we're a different pedigree. We taught them um, worship, and they got us worshiping them where they don't got hair, they got fur. Different pedigree. We bow down to them. We lost. So we the unconscious people.
That makes sense.
This day, our day of the resurrection. Now, that's why it's good for us to talk. Peace.
He's right. I have to agree with this brother right here. You're absolutely right, my brother. Your information was right on time. I'm glad someone out here can verify that.
All
That's
right.
correct.
I got Lucky Lulu. I want to see what she want to say right quick before anybody else go in. Got to involve everybody.
I just want to say thanks for allowing me to come up. But I'm stuck on the Moors and trying to get just more information on them. But what I wanted to say, it's important that people of color do not take being educated or knowing certain things and use it as a weapon on the ones who maybe lack education.
Right.
Um, and I've came to your live a few times, and you don't do that. You more on a educating type thing. That's normally what I've seen from you from the few times. I don't see you taking the information that you know and trying to be aggressive with it or putting other people down because you know something different
Right.
than what the average person may know. And I do think that two things can be right at the same time. It don't mean that because you know this, then what you're superior to what somebody else know. Because
Right.
we are arguing over information that we are reading and finding out ourselves. But all I ask is for a person who is not educated enough on certain topics is when you say something, please cite the source so a
Right.
person can have something to go and be able to look to. Because other than that, it does sound like it's just your opinion. But
Right.
I'm here mainly on this panel, it would be more so to ask questions other than to, try to add to anything. Because, like I said, I just started studying the Moors, and where I'm stuck at is when they reached Portugal in 711. That's AD. That's where I'm at right now. And I do believe that they sailed several places, like he said, and dropped, you know, Africans off in certain places. They arrived at certain places on the map very early. So I do believe that's how we get spread out and, black people here speaking French and, I don't know if you guys are saying that they are native of the land or how did we get there? Do we all stem from Africa? Is that a belief of some of you? But again, I'm just here to listen, but it shouldn't be argumentative, because we basically sharing information with each other. I understand this is a passionate conversation, but it shouldn't be argumentative.
Correct. And
If,
can I
if,
interject?
if you look at
She's right.
Webster's dictionary, 1828 definition of American, it'll tell you that who we are. We the copper colored people that ruled this land before they later adapted our name. They're not even real Americans.
That is true. But
They switch places with us.
that's true. But what I had come when I was study discussing certain things with some of the Moorish Science Temple brothers, they seem like they had some things confused because when you go back in the early days of Nuba Ali, they had up Hebrews, they had up Moorish Hebrews, and the question was asked, how can you be a Moorish Hebrew and the Hebrews worship Yahweh and Moors worship Allah?
Yeah, I
Things
definitely
of
agree
that
with that.
nature. See, when you start asking plain,
It ain't
simple
it
questions,
ain't really about what you're saying is true, but it ain't real. See, the Lord's Science Temple brothers are a challenge for you because a lot of them are not right either. So
Right.
you got
yes,
to
sir.
continue you got to continue to search because a lot of them played a role. The Moors had slaves too.
Yes, sir. That's the point I was making. So I'm way past that today. You know, I studied that like maybe 35, 40 years ago. But let me give you a little brief history, real short, so everyone can understand where I'm coming from. Um, I was born in 1959, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I came from the Nation of Islam. I came from the Moorish Science Temple. I came from New Wapo. I came from Pan Africanism. I studied some Yoruba, and when I got to the final end, I'm a child of the sun. Plain and simple as that. We all are that. So I don't like the divisions with the names because
Right.
it confuses people and it takes us away from the same place we all going, and that's unity with melanated people, globally speaking. The reason why I stopped dealing with the Islamic version because when I found out that they were some of the first enslavers of the melanated people, then that turned me off from them. The reason why I don't deal with a Bible, because that was one of the books that was used to control the mindset and the indoctrination of melanated people, not only in this land called America, but on the globe. You understand? Then when I started studying genetics, I understood why so many lies or so much information and miseducation was being put forward and put out to keep us from reaching our higher frequencies and getting back on a tone. Everything is on frequency and tone. They got you speaking from dialects and languages, but they operating on tones, symbols, and signs, you know, things of that nature. So this is why I don't like to deal with the religious ideology background, even though some of it did do some good, because I do feel that Nuba Drew Ali, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they both had the same plight, and that was for the liberation of people of Melon, even though they took it from different views to address it. But at the end of the day, they wanted us to all come together.
Yeah.
Well,
So, you
let me
know,
say
things
this
of
right
that
quick,
nature.
because this is what I've noticed from my experience with other blacks who are not, I guess we can say, American. What I notice is they. Why is there echo?
That
One
could
second.
be.
There you go.
Okay. What I noticed from outside of the country blacks, it's not us that separate ourselves from them. It's them that separate themselves from us. We, as a black American, we look at the color and we automatically accept. Okay.
Right.
And then we learn a lesson down the line of why we should not do that. We try to align with people who share the same skin color, but it's just we don't get that same back from them. So it's not the black American that's separating themselves. It's, I think, it's what we've been through, or what the others are saying once they arrive here, because their idea and our idea is just totally different. Let's take the Africans. I would like to align with them, but they have a total idea of what oppression is. Like the same oppression that we speak about, to them is, they don't see it, or it's different. And even when you talk about the Caribbean, the black Caribbean, I would like to align with them, but you have people that look down on the American black culture. So, and it's something that, we all have heard our parents say, all skin folk are not kinfolk. And
That's for a
I
reason.
believe.
Hang on. Can I interject for a second? Okay, what you experience is something I experienced, but it's cultural. It's cultural differences is what you're experiencing first, because
Yeah.
when
I
you
don't
go,
think you listening to her though, and I didn't even mean to cut you off. I only cut people off when they get off the when they move out of context. What she's saying is absolutely true. Culturally, we've reached out to everybody, and we bring people to America, one of the greatest countries on earth that we built, and they become indifferent to us for various reasons. She's making perfect sense. Like
but I've actually
we've never
ex-
started off saying, "Oh, we don't like y'all. We don't want to be a part of y'all." We are very accepting, and when they get here, they separate themselves from us, and that's cool. But now it's a different era and time where we don't be focused on ourselves. But anyway, I have another guest up here who's just been patiently waiting. Please let me just introduce him right quick and see what he got to say. Rondo Rand, you've been patient.
Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I was just elaborating on everything y'all was saying and chiming in and just giving my input on what I did my research on. You know, the Moors to me were the people that got abolished from over here. You know, and because we were the Myrrs, we weren't the Moors, we were the Myrrs, the people that you know in the Bible that say kick the devil out of heaven and stuff. That's the
Right.
Moors that we actually kicked out from over here, and they, you know, because we didn't believe in unaliving our people for doing corrupt acts. So we sent them to the abolished land, which is Africa and Europe, to learn their wrongs. And you know, and that's when they were rulers over there, and you know, they made their own race of people, which you know, which is all type of sliced creatures, what you see on the Egyptian walls and
Right.
everything. But people think those are gods. Those are not gods. Those are the abolished creatures that we made. And you know, that go in with the Baphomet and all that. But yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah, that's some good points you made because
Nah,
even
that's
in
wrong,
Moorish.
young brother. That's wrong, young
No, no,
brother.
no, no.
That's
Hold
not
on,
wrong.
please, please, because you don't know everything, and I don't want to go through this. Nobody knows everything,
I
and
did say I knew everything,
I
my
got you.
brother.
Please, sir, just be respectful because I'm respectful to you. So
Yes,
I
sir.
don't agree with him. I don't agree with him, but he's made some valid points because even Moors teach that Canaanites and Moabites they were given permission to build kingdoms in Africa. And they also teach that it was a big dispute on why they had to leave. So it's valid to a certain extent. I don't agree with everything he's saying, but he has his methods. You see what I'm saying? We can't correct everything that we hear, sir.
Yes,
Right,
sir. I
Every little
understand.
technicality we hear, we want to correct. We ain't gonna get that done in one day, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, sir. I understand that, my brother.
With
But
all
all I'm
due
saying
respect,
that if I had the
you
information
cut
to
me off.
correct it at the time, why not correct it? And the reason why I say that,
Yeah,
number
because it's
one,
gonna take forever.
we
right?
disagree.
Yes, sir.
Everybody
I
gonna
can
say
make it
Let me
short
something you
and
just.
don't
plain.
agree
I can
with,
make
and
it
it's
short and plain.
all
Number
right.
one, they say that the Moors are from North Africa. Then he turn around and say that they were sent back to Africa for punishment. I mean, does that make any sense? Listen to what people saying out their mouth, not just because it sound
We,
good, but
we
listen
all
real
come from
closely.
America.
Yeah, yeah,
The
but that's what
America,
they saying. We
excuse me,
don't teach
sir.
that.
America wasn't even around during the time of the continent was in existence. All life came from the continent of what you call in Africa, sir. So to sit there and say that
Okay.
you are more and that you're not from
See, you
Africa is
going.
totally
All
See,
right,
you
one
silly.
going
second.
from the colonizer point of view. You not
Excuse me.
going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Check it out.
Number one,
So,
this is the thing here. What I, what makes me, disagree with the Moorish brothers. Number one, do you know what the word Moor means? Did you know that it means dead land and not a people? Did you know that the word Myrr, as you just used, is Latin? It has nothing to do with melanated people. I'm asking you a question, sir.
yeah, I'm gonna answer everything. I want you to finish because now we're gonna get on. We're gonna have to source up now.
He made a
You
statement.
think
I'm
we
asking
come?
him, do
You
you
think
know
we
that the
come from
word
Africa?
Myrr is Latin and
It's
has
not
nothing to
even a
do with
discussion
African
with you
people,
because
sir?
you still think we come from Africa. So it's really not no
That's not what I asked you,
discussion with
sir.
you.
That's not what I
It's
asked you,
not no
my brother.
discussion
You
with you. I
deflecting.
don't have to answer you. It's no
Uh,
discussion. You think we come
it's
from Africa?
because you
You a pan
can't
African. I
answer.
can't.
If
What?
you make a statement, then you should be able to prove it, sir.
All right,
Respectfully.
right, right,
You
right.
made a
So,
statement.
all right, check
Okay,
it out.
but see, this is
Hold
where
on,
y'all
y'all.
get.
Hold on, 1 second. He said all life come to Africa, come from Africa. Do y'all agree with that?
Negative.
Prove that
Negative.
it doesn't.
I
Listen.
can't.
Key words.
I,
All life come from Africa. Now we got to prove that. We got enough to show. Come on,
we
y'all.
got
Let's
to
get
keep.
to this business right quick.
Can't none
All
of you
life come
prove
from
that it
Africa, y'all.
doesn't. That is self-hate. To call yourself a Moor that are descendants from Northeast Africa that talk about you from America. So let
Bro,
me ask you. So let me ask you a
I
question,
got documents of
respectfully,
my.
brother.
I got documents of my
I
great
know you're getting off
Respectfully,
the
brother. Let me
question.
ask
You're
you a
getting off
question,
the
brother.
Vote over
question.
here. What are you talking
Respectfully,
about?
brother. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Moore.
All right, come
One
on.
of my greatest mentors, Minister Malika Hel Shabazz, Minister Malcolm X, and this is the question that he asked years ago to black people that were speaking like then, like you speaking today. If you're American, then why do you have to fight for civil rights?
Don't you realize that we were
That's not
infiltrated
what I
by
asked you,
three
sir.
ways?
If you're American, then why did we have to sign a civil rights bill in the 1960s? Then it was rearranged again in the year like the
Bro, you talking about
2008,
a whole bunch of nothing.
2008. Now
You
they
talking
just
about a whole
rewrote it
bunch of
again.
nothing.
So if you're American, listen to the question real good. If you're American,
You been here, my
why
guy.
do you have to fight for civil rights?
All right, let me answer that.
No, I
Answer it,
need
Let
him to
me
please.
answer
answer
that.
because he the one that made the statement.
All right, we'll let you answer it. I'll let him answer it if he wants to. He said he didn't want to, right?
Because he
I don't
can't.
want to
Move on to
But
the next
Todd,
listen.
question.
but
Listen to
Todd, let me
him.
just tell Todd this right quick. Todd, you seem very educated, but you can't use your education as a weapon, and that's
I'm not
what you
using
do.
it as a weapon, my sister.
But let me tell you why you are. Because see, it's a different way to add to what it is that Rod was saying without trying to prove him wrong. When you're
Correct.
trying to prove somebody wrong, their ears start to close up.
Well, if they
And
wrong
so
and I prove them
instead of,
wrong, then what's
no,
the
no,
problem?
no. But see, it's not about proving him wrong. You're trying to educate him. And in the
Yes,
manner
ma'am.
that you're doing it, you're not going to be heard in
Yes,
the manner
ma'am.
that
I
you're doing
understand
it.
that. Basically, you're
You
saying I'm
have
a little
to
too hostile with it.
you have to add to.
Okay, well, I asked him respectfully, ma'am. I said,
No,
well, excuse
don't.
me,
But
brother.
no. But see, you ask him to see his level of intelligence instead of trying to educate him. That's the poison
Okay,
that you're
ma'am.
doing.
Well, if I
Don't
offended
ask
anyone, if
him
I offended the
to
brother, I
educate,
didn't mean to offend anyone, ma'am.
No.
So
but
I'm
just
going to ask you respectfully again, my brother. If you're American, why do you have to fight for civil rights?
What? Bro, I don't want to talk.
He said he don't want to engage with you, so I'm gonna answer it.
Okay, well, that means
Let
that
me
you can't.
answer it.
Then
I
let's move
got you.
on.
I got
Let's
you. Let
move
me
on.
mediate. So
That's
this
what
is
I mean by
why. This is
exposing
why.
fake people.
Come on, you ain't got to do
No,
all
no,
that.
no,
You the
no.
elder,
You're
man.
coming
Well,
Break
that's
that
what
hostile.
down.
just
Why
happened.
are
He
you
made a
coming
statement,
to
then he couldn't
expose
back it up.
anybody and you don't know anybody here? How are you having a predetermination on somebody and we
Because he
barely
just proved
spoke
it. He
for
made a
10
statement. I
minutes?
asked him a question. He said, I don't want to answer the question. So that means that he can't. Because if he
Bro,
could, he
no, he
would.
is
All right,
frustrated.
man. Listen,
He
man. Let's
is
go on to the
frustrated.
next topic, then, man. But
Yeah, let's
listen,
go on with the next
Damn.
topic, brother.
this is what I want to say about the civil rights era, because you need to know it's also called the Indian Bill of Rights. This is what was happening with the 14th Amendment. These people were calling themselves NBCs, Negro, Black, and Colors, right? So you're not going to get any rights in America if you think you're a color, sir. It's just that simple. So what they had to do was naturalize these people, and they gave them a proper term, African American, which is more proper than calling yourself a color. So you ain't going to get no recognition anywhere on earth, any any respect calling yourself a color. It's just that simple. This is America, and they deal with law. They don't deal with emotions. You're up here calling yourself a black. Okay, where the hell is a black land at or a black flag? You're not gonna find it nowhere. So that's why they didn't have no rights. It's just that simple. Let's move on. I got other guests. Yeah, what you got to say? Go ahead. Yeah, it's
Black
just
is
that
not a
simple.
color, brother. Black is where all colors come from. It is the essence of
All right,
all
we're gonna move
colors.
on, man.
Somebody
Black
else
is
get
not
the
a
mic,
nation either.
bro.
Hold on, Donnie.
Yeah.
Hold on. Black is also not a nation, though. So where's the black nation in, sir? For you to be getting all this respect from other nations. Break that
But
down.
number one, sir, you getting your information from what you call a Black
I don't think
Laws
you understand the
Dictionary.
question, so I'm gonna rephrase
I
it.
understand the
I asked
question
you a
very
simple
clear,
question.
sir.
I said, where's the black nation for this nation over here to be doing business with?
Number one, the black nation is the continent called Africa. If you will learn how to read
All right, come
hieroglyphics,
on,
you could
man.
see they was
I'm
calling
gonna
it the
go ahead and
black
holler at
land.
you later, man. I'm gonna holler at you
What do
later.
you
It's like
think
you
chemistry
trolling.
mean in Kemet? It means
Sound like
black
your
land,
ass
sir.
trolling, man.
I will
Yeah,
buy.
whitewash.
Sound like he trolling or something. It look like he playing around.
Yeah, he
I
playing
asked him,
around.
where's the
And he
black nation? He
whitewash.
said, first of all, it's the continent of Africa.
And right,
How
if
the
you
hell is
really
that?
want to know about that, Kim, it means the land of the black
How the,
soil.
how the hell is the black nation the continent of Africa? That didn't even make no
A
sense.
continent. How is a continent and there's several nations within that
Exactly.
continent?
It's like 50 different nations over here. I asked him a simple question. He went and said, it's the black continent,
I
brother.
couldn't even take him
Man, get
serious.
the hell up out of here with that shit. But anyway, we can move on, man. It was fun while it lasted, man. Another man said more mean dead, but what do black mean then? Break that down. And why you gotta use hold on, I should have kept him up here because I'm gonna embarrass him now. Now he say more
Please
means
bring it
dead.
back.
Well,
Please
okay,
go ahead,
so
bro.
listen, he was trying to berate the other brother for using a word that he claimed is foreign. Why the hell is you using the English word to identify yourself then, Mr. Tahaka? Mr. Tahaka, why are you using black? Why don't you use doodoo? Doodoo, oh son, in Africa mean what? Black soap, right? Why aren't you using doodoo? Why you got to use black instead of the English word? You know why? Because you're ashamed of your African languages. No, I'm not gonna bring you up here because you're disrespectful. I'm not gonna bring you up.
That's a good point,
I'm
though.
gonna do that.
That was a
You
good point with
disrespectful.
language usage. Because now you got me fucked up. Because when you say doo doo, you think about,
No, but that's the African word, sir. Y'all need to stop using English
we
words
get
if you want to get technical. What do you mean? Are y'all not
English
listening? The only
definition.
person I feel like is listening up here is Lucky Lutu and the brother Rondo. They're listening. The other y'all are just talking to be talking, and I'm gonna start dropping y'all, man. Like I clearly just said, black is not an African word, right? Y'all didn't invent the word, right? Why are you using that word to describe yourself? Show me one African word for black right now, Donnie. Since I got you messed up, break it down.
All right, nah. All right, what am I gonna look up right now? Because I'm gonna
You
look this
gotta
shit
look
up.
it
Cause but
up. So you gotta look it up. Oh no, don't even look it up. Don't waste our time.
no,
Anyway,
you
let's move
teaching
on.
me something right now. So
Oh,
Let
it's
me
okay.
like
just Google.
you just gave me a translation of an African word, and I feel like you have a good point in the
Right. So why
use.
don't y'all call yourself doodoo people instead of black people? Break it
So
down.
I'm gonna say why. Okay, so in American culture here,
In
you know
American
what the
culture.
word doo doo means, like where everybody in the black culture, oh, you a doo doo head, or I gotta
And
go
so
doo
you
doo.
you're ashamed of being talked about. That's why you
This
don't want to
whole
use your
chat
name.
set
No,
on
no, no,
fire.
no, 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 no. Misinterpretation of the word doo doo is what I'm explaining. At least
Why do
me,
you have to use the European word English, man? I mean black. Why you
that's
can't use your own words is all I'm asking y'all. Since more
just because that's what I grew up in. Personally, I grew up
not a
here.
good excuse, sir. You gotta borrow from Europe to validate yourselves while talking bad about Europe. That ain't gonna fly over here.
I mean, that wasn't my standpoint though. That was old
You
boys.
got
That
some other
wasn't
guests
my
who
standpoint.
up here.
But I was just getting that
I got
like,
my other guests up now. They got some guests who've been waiting a minute too. They've been waiting to get up here. No disrespect to you. I'm gonna let you talk. Had a gang of guests, man. I'm gonna let up here before I let Tahaka back up here. I don't think Tahaka get it. Hey, I want me and Tahaka to do this one on one. I'm gonna let everybody do their thing, but Tahaka, me and you gonna do a one on one because I'm gonna make you own up to this. Tahaka, you also said that Latin comes from Greek. I disagree because we all know Greek borrowed from Phoenician. Greek stole their whole history from Phoenician. Greek don't even exist. It's fake. And furthermore, the so-called Greeks, were people exiled from Egypt as lepers. They were exiled from Egypt, so they're actually Egyptians. And it teaches that the Phoenicians are the fathers of the Greeks, right? Or their language comes from Phoenician. So Latin technically comes from Phoenician. And where do Phoenicians come from? The West. He's up here laughing. It's an old man in my chat laughing. So I'm definitely not gonna let you back up here because you ain't making no sense. So let's move on to somebody else. I'll let Golden Israel back up here before your ass up here just talking that Nation of Islam crap. I want to hear that crap.
I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly, prairie horse. Morts means death, not more. He's just like, I can't deal with people like that. Like, no, I can't do that.
Right, and if he really wanted to be technical, if he read the Book of Mormon, they actually talk about us. Like that's our story, the Book of Mormon. Like if you want to be technical, that's why he limited his education.
Y'all go ahead and
He
build up.
taught us.
I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes, man. I'm gonna run right for like 2 minutes. Y'all exchange information. Anybody want the floor? I'll give y'all the floor to show sources. We ain't doing no more conjecture and semantics, no more wordplay. I want to see sources because I'm getting tired of people just saying stuff like more mean dead, but you gonna call yourself black. Like, man, get up out of here. I'm not going for that no more.
That's why I said in the beginning that people need to cite their source when saying things.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna be honest, right? A lot of us got information that's within us that they hid. So y'all niggas be wanting paperwork. Paper genocide is paper genocide. If you niggas ain't organic here, you're not gonna receive no downloads. You're not gonna know what they did. Y'all just gonna need a book to read and figure it out. So when y'all say y'all need sources, I got so much sources, right? But I had to decode this shit. I had to decode the curses and the spells that the Moors did here. Now, if you niggas is going with that paperwork and y'all genealogy when they slaughtered and great people and sold people kids to other people so they could live in our birthright, you people are stupid here. You
Stupid.
stupid,
You can't
traumatized
be
people.
Come on,
condescending.
man. Come
Stop
on, man. I
doing
gotta
that,
Yo,
jump
y'all
please.
in for a
niggas are
minute, man.
stupid, traumatized
He
No,
just
people.
trying to
really.
berate us. Like the
He
sister said,
another one. He's
man,
another
another
one.
one.
That's why
He's
he
another
can't.
one.
All that information that he know will never get out to
I
anyone else because of
swear.
his approach. That's why he can't educate anybody and show us anything. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about. When people go and get educated, then they started using it as a weapon for the people that don't know as
Right.
much as them or may not have that same understanding. That's a shame that everything he knows is going to go to waste. because he
In so
don't
many
know
words, hold on
what
one
it's
second.
like
So,
and get
so
it
hold on,
out.
hold on, hold on. In so many words, basically, he got a one up. He read something, he knows something. Now we're all stupid because we don't know.
Right,
Get up out of here. You don't want to
right.
talk to you anymore.
Now all I'm saying is, if you teaching anything other than life didn't start in America, bro, you wrong. And I'm just call you out on it every time.
Well, people got different. I don't see. That's what I. Y'all got to. Y'all got to understand that each one of us knows something that maybe the other don't know. You can't just because you can't just take your information without any sources, but just information period, and think like yours is the be all know all. That's
You
where
right.
we keep getting it wrong at. You got to stop that.
You
Right.
right about that. But I mean, like, I'm not the smartest guy, but all I'm saying is I know life started in America because it's a reason we've been treated like we is today. I mean, it's easy to plain to see,
But it's
But
people that's
I'm
just
able
as
to.
passionate as you, Rondo, that believe that all of us you just believe something different, and they have sources, and they just as passionate about it. So we just got to stop being like that when it comes to what we know.
Yeah, we
Why
do.
is everybody so under the impression that life started one way?
That's just the
Everything that was
older
created
people,
was
man.
created in abundance in every.
I'm gonna drop down the list for
Ooh.
you, though, man.
But can I
All right,
give
I
my like
appreciate you,
in
Rondo, man. I sure appreciate you, bro. I don't, the person who I'm doing the video on, you can come up, you can come here, period, right quick if you don't
he's
mind,
cool,
via
he's
Mario, because I feel like if you can do all that typing, if you can do all those messages, you can get up here and represent your information, Z Rising. So this the prompt is the Myrrs. The Myrr people are saying Moors are whatever, and they are the true Americans, the Myrrs. So I want them to validate this claim, and they're gonna tell us what Myrr actually means today. This is your chance, Mr. AI Overview. Oh, okay.
that's a good question.
I'm gonna block you. I really should block you because you don't want to do information. You just want to tag and message. This is your chance to come up here and show everybody what Myrrs are. All right, hold on, Lamont Scott. I think you got an echo, man. You got two servers. Hold on. Let me mute you. Lamont Scott, you got two servers going. You got to take one down so you won't echo, and then I'll let you talk before I let my other guests talk. Lamont, are you there? Are you ready? Let me unmute you. Lamont, are you there?
He gotta unmute himself.
Yeah, he probably don't know how to unmute. Lamont, are you? Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on? What you agree with or disagree with, sir?
I'm just really just listening to the conversation I just joined in, but once you get more in depth, I'm gonna make a comment. Okay?
All right, I appreciate you. We got you. We
Thank you,
about to
bro.
get to business.
All
All
right.
right, so I'm gonna invite you up here because I'm not gonna do the name calling, Miss Z Rising. This is the person right here, one of these Washita Murs. Now I'm gonna let my guest talk after I do this. Um, this person is up here disrespecting me because I posted a photo of a Mexican brown skinned woman that I call Creole. They told me Creole just means Spanish, and I said no, it don't. It mean native. And then she told me Creole don't mean more. I never said it did. And then she got to disrespecting Noble Drew Ali, talking about the Murs. So I asked her, what does Myrr mean? Basically I said Myrr means wall. So she came back to me and said Myrr means the gateway of God. The doorway to God. So I said, why would a nationality call themselves the Washita doorway? How does that even make sense? The Washita walls, the Washita doorways. They don't make any sense. So this is your chance to come and correct. So I went on their website and they looked it up and it said Myrr means moo. So I want to know what moo means, and I want to know what Myrr means. This is your chance up here. You know, to come up here and show the world. But anyway, other guests that want to expound on any of these topics, be my guest. Oh, here she goes right here. Okay, so now we have you up here. You know, you got all of this junk to say on my channel.
You gonna let me
You know,
talk, or you just gonna keep running your mouth?
no. Just mute yourself. Be patient. It's gonna be okay. You're just calm
Okay,
down. We ain't
anymore.
going
So
nowhere.
you invited me up to talk.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm letting the people know what's going on. Calm down. What are you emotional for? You gonna get your chance. It's just 10 seconds. This is the person right here we're talking about, and we're gonna let her go in. And we want to know about. I'm always talking on my channel, duh. We want to know what Myrr is, and this is your chance right here to let us know about Creole as well. And I'm gonna cite my sources as well. You got the floor right now. Here you go. You can show your sources as well.
Me again?
That's your source right there. It says, well,
Can I talk? I don't need you to introduce my own sources. We can all read, right? But you gave me the floor. Let me talk. Because since you up here lying on my name and shit, let me put your picture up on my shit. So since we don't understand what Creole means, let's get into it because it's clear, and we're going into this source right here.
hell, I'm scared to say something. Shit, I'm scared to say something on my own channel. But anyway, yeah.
What happened? I was waiting to hear something, but I'm gonna tell y'all, please stop being aggressive when y'all come up here, yo. It is mad annoying. I understand that y'all are hyped up, but please stop being aggressive. Like, this is a conversation. Nobody's getting paid. We gain an education. You do not have to be that aggressive to get your point across. It's weird. I'm telling you, it's weird.
Nah, he came at me disrespectful, so I don't need that extra BS. You talking?
So how did I disrespect you? Break it down. How? When? Hold on. I'm muted. No, I'm not muted. I want to know when I disrespected
See
you.
that? Let me talk. In
Damn.
Spain, in New Spain, a Criollo is a person born in the New World to Spanish, not Spaniard, Spanish. So that just throws out your whole bullshit you was talking about these Criollos who are pale faces. We're not talking about these dark skins that you keep referring to as Criollo, which is a mistranslation.
All right,
We would
so
know that if we read the true definition of what Criollo means. Criollo
right,
means
let's go to
Spanish
Myrr.
Moor.
All right,
Means
let's get
pale
to Myrr.
face. It does
Let's get to
not
Myrr.
mean Moors. Anyways,
Okay.
like I'm still talking, let me show you my sources since we're gonna disrespect Washington, we're gonna disrespect the Empress for real. Bet.
That's interesting.
Hey.
What does that say? The Washington Nations of Myrr's United States.gov. Let's get into my next source that says Myrr's, bitch. You want to read that? I am aggressive right now because he's coming at me disrespectful. He doesn't use resources. He doesn't read. He uses AI overview. I watched the live he did yesterday. That was a hot ass mess. I'm so sick of y'all just up here lying for no reason. Do you know what that says? You quiet now. You quiet now because I'm showing you that the Myrrs exist. It's crazy that this has to be
He's
a whole
quiet,
argument.
giving you a chance to get off, baby. I mean, chill.
He was interrupting me before. Now he quiet. Now he want to be nice.
Nah, but I understand. Like she
Titles, why you
got
quiet?
frustrated.
I thought we was Myrrs and Moors. Yesterday you switched up and said we Moorish Americans. What is that?
Trying
I
to
thought you
read this
said you
shit.
couldn't be two sides of the treaty. What happened? What
Wait,
happened? I don't understand.
Wait, hold on. You talking about me? Did you say my name?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I even hit
didn't
a Moorish
say
master
nothing.
teacher because it seemed
Hold
like
on.
y'all switching up.
No, hold on. I didn't even say nothing. I haven't even took my stuff off the mic. I just came up here. I haven't even talked to
Yeah,
nobody.
we
What are you
sorry
I'm
talking
about
speaking
that,
about?
on the
brother.
live yesterday as well. That's
I
what I'm
didn't
also
say nothing.
speaking
I
on.
didn't even say nothing about nothing. I was clearing some stuff up for everybody if you paid attention. So don't come for me. I know we better than that. Come on. You must be
So
confused.
I'm just saying it
Come
seems
on,
like there's a
she.
lot of switch
Shit,
up
hold
when
on.
it
It
comes
ain't
to the
no switching
Murs
up.
and the
No, it ain't no
Moors.
switching up because I haven't said nothing. Because whenever I get my shake, I'm finna sit there and shut all this shit down. So
That's
right,
not
you
how it was
you
yesterday. That's
no,
not
I
how
don't
it
know
was
what you're talking
looking.
about. Well,
So
you should have
that's why I
seen.
wanted to
You need to what you
clarify,
need to do.
because
Hold
he
on.
up here
If you
lying, and
hold
y'all
on,
didn't even
hold
go on the Moorish.
listen to me really quick. Look, I fuck with you. I fuck with you. If I didn't fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with all the Moors. Listen to if you was watching the whole thing, what's the name got it? I'm sure he have that whole live recorded. Let him see the live and you'll see what I was saying on there. You see what five titles was saying. Don't put words in my mouth and disrespect me. You know I stand on business. I fuck with you. Don't fuck that up. All right? I haven't said nothing since I've been up here, so I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm lost right now. I haven't even said I haven't even been off mute because everybody been talking. So now that I'm gonna let you finish your stuff, and when I get a fair shake, I'm gonna speak because I'm just looking at some reckless stuff going on, and y'all know I come with the receipts. I back up everything I say, and I got receipts for everything I say. I yield the floor.
all right. So I think she went in
Can
on
I
Creole. Now you
respond?
go.
I just
This
looked
one
up that
about you.
case, and can I just looked that up, and that's some shit. That's some information right there. Like as a person that's being educated, learning in between, you guys back and forth about information. The information I just gathered, reading that, and I just went and looked it up right quick. Um, Now for me, this adds more into like where we go and how long we've actually like been here. And I'm coming from a point where I'm Haitian, but I'm mixed with American too. Like my mom is American, my dad is Haitian. So Haitian people speak a whole different language. And that's why I say it's a difference in culture because number one, we speak a different language as well. So, anyways, that is some, but all I'm getting at is that's some interesting information. Very interesting information for me. I know my bloodline, and I know at least on the Haitian side, we do go back to Central Africa. I at least did my homework on me. Like I know my grandfather and my great granddad on my Haitian side.
All right,
My
no disrespect at all to you, brother. I want to deal. This is about me and this individual right here. I got number love for what you just said and your learning experience. So I want to go in on the Creole and the Myrrs. So I asked this person to identify and define the word Myrr and its origins versus more. That's all we're doing. No technicalities, no distractions. So she's showing me this court case to verify more Myrrs exist. That's great. That's fine. Blacks
Not
exist.
just that.
Myrrs.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah. Just break down what the word "myrrh" mean, its origins, its definition, and that's it. I don't want to.
So that wasn't the only reason I'm showing you this. You also tried to disrespect the Empress by saying why would she claim to be a Myrr? But this is literally in her documentation.
Great. So break
So
down
this
the
is
word
also
"myrrh."
why
If
I'm
you're
showing
gonna
you
do
this
that,
because hold up, please. Because you say I disrespected Noble Drew Ali, but that's all y'all talk about. Y'all don't talk about the Empress. Y'all don't talk about Dred Scott. Y'all don't talk about all these people who paved the way before Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali had to leave the Americas when he could have went to Peru. He could have looked at the Seminole tribe, but nah, let's leave America to go to the Middle East. And before you deny that, there are papers on this, so I don't need that BS you talking.
so are you gonna tell us what the
Anyways, like I
word "myrrh"
said,
mean or what? Because I don't got time for all that. What does the word
okay,
"myrrh" mean?
let me go get that source since you want to see that too.
All right.
Hey, when she gets done, and you stick around, she rising after you get finished. You just stick around, all right? You just sit tight. And I'm about to put on the show too.
Yep. Go ahead. You can really tell us, but you can go and get the source.
Are
Yep.
y'all
Yep. Yep.
are y'all labeling questions as disrespect, like, or what? Because a
Yeah.
question can't be disrespectful.
That's what it's looking like. They're offended when you question their ideology, and I don't believe that's scholarly at all. I went to college, and I studied and researched abroad. So I just asked a question because they questioned me. And like I said, when I started the video, I never said that Criollos mean more. That was a whole separate video for mestizos to prove that the brown people existed. She took it as I said Criollos meant more. I never said that. And then she went in there to validate the word Myrr. So I'm like, what does Myrr mean? So she said that I said Myrr means wall. She said Myrr means the portal of God. So I said, why would anybody nationality be the portal of God? That's a basic question. Like, how you say that? I'm not calling my nationality the portal of God because that's a description. That's an adjective. That's not even a noun. Okay, here it is right here. Clearing up the
Okay,
misconception.
can I and to reiterate your point, because I see that you are misconstruing a lot of what I've said,
Okay.
and it's very clear that that's what you're doing. And that's in Myrrh or Mu, that all brings us back to the Americas and to the continent of Lemuria that was all connected. But when you don't study enough of this history and then you brag that you went to college, but people who probably didn't go to college is a better scholar than you. No offense to somebody who claims that they come from the Moorish Science Temple of America, and that's one website that y'all neglected to go onto yesterday, where after it says on that website their nationality is U.S. citizens. How is that your nationality? Then y'all claim to be Asiatics. That completely takes you out of the running to be considered indigenous to the Americas. While I do agree a lot of our people have those Asiatic features, the original Asians, while I do agree, but it just to the point of showing documentation that we're indigenous to the Americas, and then the MSTA site claims y'all are Asiatics. What does that even mean? Like, how can y'all claim to be U.S. citizens, Asiatics, and Moorish Americans, but we're the problem?
So you're not
That's
going to
what I'm
tell us
trying
what
to
the
figure
word
out.
Myrrh means. So
So,
that's
and
what you're
then
not
I'm
going to
not
do.
I'm not finished. And then you've been trying to paint this picture that it's been the Elodium or
No,
the
I'm not. I
the
just asked
the
you what
Ampac
Myrrh
Moors. I'm
means.
not
What the hell
finished.
does Myrrh mean?
Then you tried to talk about the Ampac Moors and try to paint them as they shit on all the Moors, but that hasn't been the case. They've been actually telling people how to rightfully claim their nationality and what to do. When I checked out the MSTA site, the Moorish Science Temple of America, y'all claim to have a military. Not y'all claim to have a nation with no military. Y'all claim to have a constitution, a whole government with no military.
Y'all don't
What
have a
kind of
military either,
government
though.
has no military?
You don't have
You
a
rely on the
military, though.
United States government for benefits, tax exemption. You rely on the United States government. You constantly kiss their ass. You've been waving that Israeli flag.
So in so many words, she's not going to define the word
Now you're
Myrrh.
gonna mute me because you don't like that I
Get your
proved you
ass
wrong.
out of here.
Thank
Get the
you.
hell up out
Peace.
of here. The fuck out of here. So now we're
Hey,
going to go in on the rebuttal part on what a Myrrh is. Like, what the hell was all of that shit? Because she don't even have a military. Where the hell is the Washita military at? The hell is
hey,
she up
she
here?
stick around. Is she
Yeah,
out
she
of?
can
Is
come
she out
back
of the?
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
hey,
can come back
she
up.
just stick around. Well, hold on. Let me watch this. Watch this because I don't even know where she got that from. I don't what she said. I'm like, I was lost right there. I'm like, what the hell? So you just stick around because what's the name? No, stay right here. Stay right here too. She stay right here because when I was in here yesterday, Alas, what did I do? What did I do?
Oh, you
PNF.
did an excellent demonstration. I
And
don't know what
what
the
was
hell
it?
she was
Not
about
even
to do.
what was I saying up there? And what did I say? I was on the side of what? What did I say? I was on the side of what? Truth, right?
Right. Not
And then I was
any
telling,
emotions and
and
opinions.
I said, and what did I say? I said, I'm not dealing with nobody's opinions. I don't care about nobody's feelings. I don't care. I said, I'm on the side of right. I said, the only thing that I'm on right now is my shit is that, look, everybody that's up here, I showed high honors to the Moors because at least the ones that was up here yesterday, smart enough to know they Moors and ain't no fucking Indians. We know that part. That's where the respect part is at. Man, all this other stuff, we could figure this out together. So I don't know what the division is for, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. And if you don't mind, PNF, unless you have something else, I could take the floor right now if you don't mind, or if not, you know what I'm saying? Let me know when you.
Okay, I'm going to let you get the floor right after me because this ain't going to take me long at all. I
All
would
right.
appreciate if I can get y'all attention though, so we can make sure that I'm not causing confusion. I'm not disrespecting nobody. That's not what I do. So check this out. Like Shorty is just going in on me. Like y'all got to see the receipts because I don't do that, and I don't really go back and forth with women like that. That's weak. That's some weak shit. So like I said, this woman has been harassing me for the
Bitch,
last
is
2 days.
that what you saying?
She called me the B word too. Y'all heard that. We don't do that. Women are not allowed
You
to
a
do
dirty
that.
Moor? A bitch? What else?
So what are you here
Go
for?
ahead,
You
show the
so
messages where
emotional?
you DM'd me first. Go ahead, show that where you DM'd me first, harassing me with
Oh
your
man,
bullshit live. Go ahead,
we don't
show
have
that.
no information. Like get out of here. So anyway, right here, nothing but a corporate entity. All of this nonsense she talk. I got nothing but receipts, by the way. Nothing but receipts. If y'all can just be patient, and this is gonna be a quick breakdown. So hold on, where's the damn video at? It's right here. It's a quick breakdown. So it started right here. Actually, she's seen a video of me building with the Ampac Moors, and they were very, accepting. They wasn't disrespectful at all. I don't know why the hell she in her feelings. Creole isn't more either. Maybe more-ish, but not more. But you got to understand, I never said that. So she's picking on me at this point. So like I said, I went down here and she's erasing all types of stuff now. She's erasing her comments because that's how I know she's harassing me. She's erasing everything. So like I said, more is just an English rendition based off dialect. Spanish history or any other history told by English is not accurate. We're not going to let a whole nother nation tell us history about some other people, right? So then we went into the Moor and the Myrr stuff, right? Because like I say, Criollo does not mean a pale face. That's something she made up. I don't have to accept that, and she don't got to put me get in her feelings because I don't accept it. So let's keep going down. I'm almost done. I promise you, this ain't even gonna take 5 minutes. So she went in on Noble Drew Ali. This is where I'm like, okay, things are not looking good. We might be dealing with a nutcase. I find multiple sources saying the same thing, yet you believe Noble Drew Ali after he wrote a couple things. He had to go to the Middle East when he could have went to Peru. Read court documents locked into the Seminoles. We know Seminoles is not even their real name. The Washita predates him. They never claimed Criollos. And Dred Scott, predates your God Drew. So that's where the disrespect come in at, because I never said Noble Drew Ali was a god. So let's go in right quick, y'all. I'm talking about Criollos and I'm talking about Myrrs, and this lady has a personal vendetta against me, obviously because I'm good at what I do. So if y'all can be patient, I'm gonna show y'all through a real source. So here's one source right here: Spanish English Dictionary, Spanish English Dictionary, Spanish English Dictionary. These are all dictionaries I bought when I was in college, and they cost me about $75. So watch this. Okay, right here. So right here. Now we all know Creole people in Louisiana are brown people. They are our people. As we can see, this source right here, it's the same freaking word. It's just a different rendering of dialect and geography. It is no different. It's a language. What does it mean though? Right here it says Criollo, Creole, a native, a national. So she said we're going to pretend this is an original dictionary. What? So what are you getting your sources from? What the hell is you getting your sources from? So right here it says native, a national, right? So it is not a pale face. She can't find any real documented history of this. It's just something she read from some white people that's trying to amalgamate. Creole simply means native, a national, and native cuisine, y'all. So now let's go in on Myrr, because I'm keeping it simple, y'all. So watch this. Remember, she says that, hold on, I'm almost done. I said lady. Myrr means wall because this is how they spell it. And she goes in and says that, look right here, y'all. It literally means God's doorway. Y'all see, this is what you call scholarship right here. This is scholarship. Instead of all of the back and forth name calling, because that's all she got. She's emotional, and women shouldn't do that. I don't even think she likes men, to be honest. She has butch mentality and butch energy. I don't think she likes men. And I think she goes both ways, because this is the type of energy you get from them people who think they're men. But anyway, it literally means doorway. So if it means a doorway, my question is, why in the hell would your nationality be the Washita doorways? So let's go up in here. So here's the source right here. She got the other one from. Here it is right here. Check this out. Myrr. This is the little site right here, y'all. Clearing up the misconceptions about the word Myrr and Moor. Myrr is the ancient name for the original people of Earth. So that's one tribe of people. And we know we are multiple genetics, or we would be committing incest. Now here it is right here. Our ancestors teach us that Mu, pronounced Mu, is the indigenous name of the land. So basically they're saying Mu come from Myrrs. Myrrs come from Mu. So it, according to the site, it comes from Mu. Then when you go down here, oh, a Myrr is a Moor is a Moor. Whatever the hell that means. So on their site, they're basically saying it's the same word. But if I say it, it's something wrong with me, y'all. If I say I'm a Moor or Moorish, It's something wrong, but on their site, they're claiming to be a Moor. So let's go and find out. What in the hell is a Myrr? Because I don't know where the hell they get this stuff from. It's just too easy for me. It's just too easy. Myrr. I'm almost done. Myrr meaning Myrr. Dutch African word that translates to a wall, a structure of stone, a brick. So when I said lady, it literally means a wall. Her comeback was, oh, it literally means a doorway. So now I'm going to end it right there because there's nothing else to talk about. Who in the hell is going to call themselves a doorway, y'all? And I'll rest the floor for right now, and I'll let y'all chime in on if this makes any sense at all.
All right. So check this out, right? Let me see where to even start. I don't got my laptop with me right now, however, because I'm out right now. However, though, I seen you on here. I'm like, let me get up in the live. That being said, right? So let's clear up some stuff first of all. So even talking about the word more, right? So first of all, we got to go to the basics. What are the basics? We know that vowels are interchangeable, right? Boom. So vowels are interchangeable. You know what I mean? So what does that mean? That means that so the word myrrh, the word more, those words are interchangeable. From my studies, that's pretty accurate though. The Lemuria and Mu and everything from my studies. That's why it's also documented in there. However, at the same time, like I said, they are interchangeable. So I already know what time it is with that. You know what I mean? So I let y'all do y'all thing. You know what I mean? Also furthermore, it's so much stuff it was so much stuff going on. You know, as far as it go with us as a people and stuff like that, bro. Like all these shenanigans got to stop. If we really, you know, getting shit right, like the fact that we know, like I said yesterday, I'm gonna say it again today, right now. The fact that we all recognize that we are all Moors and we're not these fucking Indians. We ain't these black people. We're the ones that's, you know what I'm saying, we're ahead of the game right now. So everybody else just on some slow shit or on still stuck on some matrix shit, you know, that's on them. You know what I mean? Because we didn't attempted to make as many of them as conscious as possible, right? Furthermore, it's like I said, it was so much shit that was being said, and like, hey, like I said, I don't know what you heard yesterday when you popped up, when you pulled up to the live or whatever, or maybe what you think you heard. I know that when I got on there, I know that I got an invite from another noble, and I know that the Moors from Ampac, they were on here on PNF Live, and they was chopping it up. So I came in there, you know what I mean, and basically like, hey, you know what I'm saying. I'm not sitting there dividing nothing up with my peoples. It's like, hey, I'm on the side of truth. I'm with truth. I'm what truth says. And based on my studies, that's what I'm doing. And everything I do and everything I talk about, you know, I do the research on it, and I always pull receipts out. You see what I'm saying? So all that being disrespectful to one another, that's not cool at all. Because you know what? When you go to these other panels with these so-called wild ass Indians, they so fucking disrespectful to one another. And it makes no sense because us as nobles, like, we ain't supposed to be moving like that. We're not even supposed to be moving like that. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. Why are you gonna shit on one another? And I get it. Like, hey, and like I said, I fuck with you. I really fuck with you, right? So, you know what I'm saying? And if I didn't fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be saying that to you. I would never, whatever with you. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with all my peoples that recognize who the fuck they are. Even the ones that don't, I attempt to put them on game. If they pick up what I'm putting down, then they do that. If they don't do that, then that's on them. They just gonna stay stuck in the matrix. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you can't make nobody do whatever, make them think. If they want to stay in the matrix and be a slave, let them be a slave. Because evidently, either they're gonna wake up or they're not. That's on them. You know what I mean? And like I said, that type of movement it's embarrassing, man. We're not supposed to be doing that with each other. We not. And somebody else was saying something, like I said, it's been so long, I forgot all the stuff I was even gonna really say. However, though, more, is it pronounced more, just different spelling? Yeah, exactly. Moore's Jedi. So it's really just the vowels are interchangeable. A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. So you just interchanging vowels. That's why I said a lot of people got to go back to the basics. Even our people looking as ridiculous as they do during, what is it, Juneteenth, talking about how black they are, wearing black, all black and shit. And these motherfuckers, like, they literally not black though. It's like, make that make sense. They have no idea how crazy they sound. It's like, man, you just a shade of brown, whether that be dark to light. So what are you talking about? That's why these people are mentally disabled. See, we don't have that problem because we recognize who we are. So all the information we all have, we supposed to bring that together. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Even if you have a little beef with each other, because you know back in the day, You know, that's how we lost our power. We was infighting amongst us. It had nothing to do with the hybrids. It had nothing to do with the hybrids. It was us infighting with each other, and they basically capitalized off the carnage and dirty Moors. And let's get on dirty Moors, right? These dirty Moors, right? You will see the way they move. Like the cats that was up here earlier, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they still in here. Those are the ones I really was coming for because I was finna put them on something. Because they were saying, I heard them saying something about, more means dead or death or something. Like, man, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Get your shit up. Because now for me, like I said, I got two prerequisites for people. One, that you know how to read, and two, that you have some emotional intelligence. And when I say emotional intelligence, I'm talking about anybody that can't control their stuff. So as far as to go with you, she rising, like I said, I fuck with you. At the same time, I'm gonna be real with you. I know he pissed you off or whatever, he made you feel away. Work on your energy, and you know what I mean. You don't have to. I urge you to work on your energy because you go. You already know. You be posting shit, and I'm like, oh shit, she rising, put some shit out there. Oh yeah, for sure. Share the shit and everything because why? We supposed to share this information, whatever it is. So the Moors and whoever else, people that don't even know what's going on, they can get this information. So from me to you, work on your emotional intelligence. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes these motherfuckers be trying to get me out of pocket and get me out of my character. And that's out. That's out. That's out. We're not doing none of that. Don't let these people drain your energy. Don't let yourself be. Don't get in the way of yourself. Because as long as you can calm down and you can move in that type of energy, everything is good. And whoever it was that was up here earlier, if you still up in here and talking whatever you were saying about black and more and this and that, you can come back up to the panel so we can have a dialogue. But pretty much though, already based on the stuff you said, you can't even pass 5 titles prerequisites. So you really can't fuck with me anyways. Now you might be able to come up here and just talk and try to go back and forth with whatever more as you want. You won't do that with me though. That's what won't be going on. So I'm gonna yield the floor for now. And if they in here, come up to the panel and we can have a dialogue. If you can pass my prereqs. If you can't, then just sit down and be humble type shit. I
I
yield.
sure appreciate you for that. And like I said, I'm pretty articulate. I know my choice of words. I don't disrespect people.
Oh,
And before I let
Mo,
anybody else talk, do any of my other guests want to
Mo,
chime in on what they think they seen? Because I
Mo,
think I did a good job.
Mo, can I say something real quick too? I just thought about it right now, right? I was gonna tell also listen, Asiatic, if you don't know, let me inform you. Asiatic is actually who we are too. Just so if you don't know, let me explain it too. If you don't,
Can I respond to your previous statement first?
okay, what's up?
Okay, so I just want to say my bad for how I came at you. I usually don't come at you like that, but I've been knowing you for a minute on here, so I didn't know what it was yesterday. It seemed like a lot of y'all was switching up on the original things that y'all had said in the beginning. So I just wanted to clarify it wasn't that, or if it was that. Also, so yeah, that's my bad. But I'm like, if somebody pissed me off, you ain't gonna tell me how to react to that. Especially if he want to harass me like a Native American, I'm gonna drag him like one. And anybody who decides to treat me and be disrespectful, I'm gonna do that. Cause I don't do that. You're not gonna disrespect me, and you don't even know me like that. That's number one. And number two, again, I apologize. So for coming at you the way it was, we cool. I should have addressed you in that manner, and I apologize. And I do agree that we do have that original Asiatic bloodline. But in my opinion, when it comes to putting that in our documentation, when it comes to putting these entities on notice, I feel like that is a way of denationalization of our people. So
Okay.
that's how I feel on that. If you
Hmm.
can if you can show me that that's not the case, then cool.
Right.
And to Kiera, I see you coming at me because you don't like my username and you don't like what I claim. You not me. You're not in my life. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Anyway, so we can go back to what 5 titles was saying. I'm a Moor. I do claim Myrr on the occasion when people need a better breakdown of all these definitions and what they mean and how they're interchangeable. So that's why I do also claim to be a Myrr, because I know that that is also a part of my nationality and my bloodline. I do know how that Myrr got changed into Moor because our people knew how to navigate ships. So, and I don't appreciate you for coming at me when we both interacted with each other on this app, and now all of a sudden when we get into his live, you want to be faking shit. But around this app, you liking my shit, you commenting under my comments and shit like that. So ain't no need for no fake BS that you doing. Anyways, back to 5 titles. I
Oh,
yield.
okay. Let me respond to what you said. I appreciate you for the apology, and I accept your apology. And I got nothing but love for you, just like all the other Moors. And like I said, the ones that's on here, we the only ones that got enough sense to know we ain't no fucking Indians. This ain't India. We know that's crash dummy shit. So again, I'm gonna stress that to the ones up in here. The fact that we know that we're not no fucking Indians. This is not India. We're not no fucking crayons. And then what's funny, what be crazy is we be seeing our people arguing with these so-called natives that's getting deported off reservations, and they calling them pretendians. I didn't shit it on them. I'm like, all you motherfuckers are pretendians. My people pretendians, and it's like they are peoples too to a degree, and I say that because everybody came from us. So all of you motherfuckers is pretendians. So we got to reprimand all y'all, put y'all in y'all place. We the first here, know what time it is, know where you at. We're the indigenous Americans, and the word Myrr is in the word America. Yeah, the word Myrr is in the word America. Just like how when I was breaking that down yesterday, and at the same time, what else I was gonna say? Oh, and I respect what you said too. As far as you go say, hey, nobody's gonna tell me how to be or whatever whenever I'm mad, because that's why when I said, hey, you should calm down, this and that, come in more, whatever. And I said, if you decide to do that, because the same time, that's how I am. Nobody not going to tell me how to move. So I respect the shit out of that. You know what I'm saying? And again, like the fact that you acknowledge that, yeah, I wish you'd have brought that to me, because I didn't even know what the hell was going on. And like I said, I was not picking nobody's side. There is no fucking side. I'm on the side of truth. And my studies on what I'm doing, I'm very thorough in my studies. And like I said, I always tell Moors this. If y'all ever see me say some shit that's wrong, fucking reprimand me right there on the spot. You reprimand the shit out of me. Hey, Five, you wrong. And all right, bro, show me how I'm wrong. Noble, show me how I'm wrong so we can walk it out. Show me how, and we're going to walk it out together. I appreciate you for telling me. Check me at the fucking gate. You check me like the California smog, and they be checking shit out here where I'm at. So that's the part right there. So it's nothing but love and respect for my peoples. And what's up with it, Pistol? Pistol in the house. You know what I'm saying? Pistol's a real one. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it?
I just wanna interject just real quick and let y'all know, when y'all upset and trying to get a point across, I think y'all need to understand this. When you have valuable and critical information to share, or you educating someone, you cannot be angry trying to get your point across, because all that's coming across is the anger. Like, your point, it gets set aside. And what's on display is your anger. And that's all we are able to see and take in. I just want to say that.
Facts. Very much.
But I disagree with you, because you saw this man trying to talk down on me as a woman, and y'all didn't care. Nobody, even 5 titles, no, not trying to bring up some more beef, but if you saw my face up here, you should have sent me the live. I was not trying to come into this live because of how it was looking yesterday. So I just feel like when somebody is sitting here talking shit about somebody, and then that person that they was talking shit about comes into the live, and then you want to tell them how they should react and that they shouldn't be angry. If somebody came up to you, was talking shit about you, I know you're going to be mad. So don't tell me how to react to somebody else talking shit about me. Don't tell me how to react to somebody who keeps trying to harass me and try to say I'm wrong, but I have receipts saying otherwise. And I would like you to put me back up on the big screen so I can show you what they got on an African website pertaining to the Myrrs. So if you just want to do that, that would be great as well, even though we've already discussed that they are interchangeable. So
And
anyways, but that's what I'm saying. You cannot tell somebody how to react to somebody bothering you,
Trying to
harassing
tell you,
you,
I'm
trying to
not
get
trying
you
to
out of your
tell you.
character.
Okay,
So
I'm not
please do
trying
not
to.
tell me how to react. I
It's
really
not. I'm not
appreciate
trying
that.
to tell you how to react. What I'm trying to explain to you is that your point will come across better, because you're not just responding to him. You also have information that could be helpful to others that's in the group. And I'm trying to tell you, when you're getting your point across, if you're doing it in an angry way, we're not going to be able to receive what it is that you putting down, because of how you coming off.
Talking
That's what
shit
I'm
and continue
saying.
to talk
And I
shit
wasn't
and
in
continue to
here.
harass
I
me.
wasn't
can I?
in here when he was quote unquote harassing you or being aggressive towards you. That's not something that I
He was
seen.
on the
Nor is that
panel when I
something.
came in here.
Yeah, but
Um,
that's
You
not
was
something
already on the
that
panel,
I. Okay,
and you
but
heard him talking about me.
that's not
re-
something
If
that
you're
I
gonna be
can.
on a Moorish panel, no need to lie. You was already up here, so you knew he was talking shit about me. He had my picture up here, so you knew he was talking shit about
Okay,
me.
so
And then you
what you doing?
complain
What you
like you
doing
didn't
now
know
is
what
that
was
you're
going on.
insinuating that is something that I knew, and I'm
Lord.
telling you, baby girl, that I did not know that. Okay, you got to take it down a notch. You are mad at one person in here, not everyone else. I'm not trying to dictate to you how to come off, but I'm telling you, you have valuable information, and I can't receive that if it's coming in an aggressive and nasty tone. I understand what you're saying. But again, I wasn't in here. I'm new to TikTok. I don't know what y'all got going on. I joined the panel for a discussion, not to be arguing or have somebody yelling down my throat. It's other ways to get it off other than what you're doing. That's all I'm trying to say.
That was well said.
He did more than disagree with
Yes.
me. Like
Can
I
I have a
said, he was
notion? Can I
harassing
have a
me. He was
notion,
talking
please?
shit. Why are we
Oh,
ignoring that? Why
Can
are
I?
y'all
Can we have a
ignoring
notion?
that?
Can I have a notion,
Please.
please?
hold on, no,
Can
because
I have a
I'm
notion,
not
please?
hold on, because I'm still trying to talk because they chopping it up. So I'm trying to respond to her. So if you would just chill out for a second. So again, like you said that I should have basically sent that to you whenever I whatever to keep it a band with you. I already knew that you already got a bar of it because he had it up here already. I already know you got a bar
You
of it.
didn't have to do anything. You
No,
know,
I
five
know.
titles.
No, I'm saying,
So I
listen,
just want to
no,
I just
hear
want
me
to
out.
reiterate that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Look,
and
hear me out.
my
Hear me
bad. I
out.
did not want to say that, and I said
No,
that before I said it. I didn't
right,
want to say
right.
that, but that's how it felt to me.
No, and hear what I'm saying though, because again, if you got anything you need to say to me, you come to me and tell me, or ask me, hey, Five, what's up with this? And I'm gonna tell you what it is. You don't have to ever do it. You can come directly to me. You don't have to feel no type of way. Be like, hold on, I'm finna go knock at Five door. Hey, bro, I'm gonna holler at you about something. What's up with it? Oh yeah, X Y Z. Oh, that's this and that and the third. Okay. Can we verify that? Can we ascertain that? Yeah, we can ascertain it. What do you want to do with it? We can move in any type of way because everybody already know what I stand on. I stand on business and the truth. If it ain't the truth,
Hold
I'm
on,
not fucking
Five.
with it. So, but
Hold on,
again,
Five.
huh?
I hear you. Hold on, hold on. Eugene, if you want to come up here and call me a victim, come say that to me. Say that to my face. It's clear you don't know what was going on, but now I'm playing a victim. So now I'm not even allowed to defend myself. That's
No,
crazy.
and
That's crazy.
look
Y'all don't try to gaslight her.
yeah,
Like
and look.
she
Let
she
me
feel a certain type of way. She emotional, and I understand and get that. I
right,
don't want to take that from her, but I'm just
right,
saying, y'all sharing valuable information,
right.
and it has to be shared in a certain type of way for other people to receive it. That's all I'm trying to get across.
All right, let me really quickly. Can I get the floor really quickly? Because I know Waldo he was asking to get on here too really quickly, right? So now I'm sure that we should be done with that, right? Hopefully we're done with that, right? Now she came up here, she presented. The host he presented. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we got a little bit of clarity. And we at where we at now. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we just move forward. Because again, what she did say, when she said that you have valuable information, and you do. So that being said, that's why I said when I deal with people now, like people that don't have any sense, I literally have to tell these people, some people that be on panels chopping it up, I have to tell them, bro, you don't even need to be up here. You need to pass my prereqs. I have prereqs for people now, two of them. You have to know how to read and you have to have emotional intelligence. And that's why I stress that to you because you have the valuable information. All I was telling you, I'm gonna tell you something real. If you want me to, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I'm gonna keep it a band with everybody. Like I'm gonna tell you what's true. If it's something wrong with me, if I got shit on the back of my shirt, tell me. That's just like that. Somebody got shit on their shirt. You ain't gonna tell them. You gonna let them walk around like that all day. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm telling you out of love. Work on your emotional intelligence for you, for us, because when you come with that information, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to drop it off and be like, oh, you drop it like it's hot. Look what I got. You're like, oh, that's fire. Let me see. Oh, where you get
Agreed.
that at? You see what I'm saying? And
Host,
it's fire.
I
So
can
you see
take
what I'm
that.
saying?
I know I
Yeah.
have
You see?
I know I have anger issues and shadow work to do, but like I said, when somebody is purposely trying to piss me off, like he's
Agreed.
doing, like
No,
you even said, Five, you felt like we got somewhere with this Myrr/more stuff, but here he is still with my picture up here, like I'm still playing word games. How can you play word games with something when the words are interchangeable?
right,
I
right.
What the
didn't know that
fuck?
was
And
you. I
look,
didn't
and
know who
look,
that
and
picture
she,
was. I was
and
wondering.
she,
I didn't know that was you.
and she, check this out, right? Now look, now let me ask you a question. She, now watch this, watch this. Now you know, right? Now you know, like I know. Are vowels interchangeable? Yes or no? Are they interchangeable? Are they
We should
interchangeable?
all know they are.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
what about the
No, no,
Myrr,
no.
the Moro
No,
in the
yeah,
Myrr?
no,
Like,
I know. That's what I'm
what the
saying. We
fuck?
look. I know. Look, listen. Hear me out. Now we can go deep into that. You already know. So then it'd be like, what are you talking about? I just be like, bro, what are you talking about? Are vowels interchangeable? You'd be like, and look at the, like, we learned that in grammar school. We know vowels are interchangeable. Like, what is there's no fucking debate. I mean, it's like, that's when I say stuff to people and they's like, oh, we're going to debate. I'm like, bro, the stuff I'm saying, this is not a debate. I'm fucking informing you. You're moving like a crash dummy. You can't even fucking read. Stop talking to me. We can't even have a dialogue. So I want to talk. You can't talk to me. I don't hear you, bro. I don't hear you. You
Host,
have no
I
emotional
want to
intelligence.
ask
You
the
can't read.
host a
Period.
question. Host, can I ask you one question? Host, I want to ask you one question.
Yeah, what is it?
Can you consider maybe taking her picture down?
No, I
Because I
won't
can
do that. She
understand that.
already called me a bitch and all that. No, another one biting the dust right now. No, y'all obviously don't follow my channel. When your picture goes up here, you a fucking goofy. I have no respect for you. So it's
Oh
not.
my
I'm not taking her
God.
picture down. She already disrespected me.
That's what
She
I'm talking
doing.
about.
Okay, I just asked a question. I ain't trying to argue with y'all. I just was just trying to be the voice of reason amongst my people. That's it, y'all. Okay, you don't want to take it
I
down, that's
just
cool.
I'm not gonna lie. You are very reasonable. Hold on one second. You are very reasonable, and I appreciate everything that you inserted. And I deal with the scholarship and the information versus the emotional. And like I said, this person is up here lying. I got receipts. I got all of the messages. Not one did I disrespect this person. I simply want to know what Myrr means and what the origin of Creole actually meant. This lady went all the way around that to, teach her ideals or whatever they believe in Washita. I never disrespected Washita. I
I'm
didn't
not
bring.
even Washita. Again, I've never claimed to be Washita. More misinformation from somebody.
Get on up out of here. You ain't talking about nothing. It's like she turning this into a victim display now. Now she's trying to play victim when y'all heard her aggressive energy, lack of scholarship, and just word salads. So she said Asiatic is not a nationality. The brother corrected her and said whatever, we are Asiatic. So she doubled back on that. Then she went and said we don't have a military. They don't have a military either, right? They have none of that. So she's disrespecting Noble. They have none of that. So she's disrespecting Noble Drew Ali, one of the founding fathers of bringing people back to the fold of constitutional government, and learning their birthrights. Noble Drew Ali was very intricate in our culture, like any other the elders. I don't have to mention Washita Murs. They have some land that they were allocated down in Louisiana for them, not for me. I don't have to include them in shit. So anyway, America is our land. We built this land, and we drafted the Constitution first. So, like I said, long story short, this female is very aggressive. I don't think she likes men. I think she goes both ways. That's just my opinion because she called me a bitch. I'm not a bitch. I'm very calm and collected. I know how to deliver information. And
That was
like I
very out of
said,
line too, to
yeah,
call
it
you
was
that.
way out of line. It was way out of line, and nothing she said made sense. And I'm not gonna disrespect nobody, but I feel like y'all are harboring, when I say y'all in plural, y'all are harboring this type of misinformation, and it sort of disrespect me and my status as a imperial researcher. So we're gonna let this childish individual come up here and disrespect somebody like me who've been putting in work for years because I come to your doorstep with this information. I don't run. I come to you, I put your name, I'll give you a chance to come up here to express yourself. I'm not a coward. So everybody knows exactly who the hell I am. So don't belittle my information to kind of baby this individual who lacks information. She's showing all these sources that are online, African source here, this website there. Look at this court case. It says the MERS. That doesn't prove what the hell MERS mean. I ask you a simple question. What the hell does it mean? So they say it means move. Then they go and say it means the doorways. I'm addressing that. That's misinformation. So she's constantly talking, trying to find a way out, trying to find this sympathy. Oh, I'm a woman. He did this to a woman. Oh, you wasn't a woman when you called me a bitch because in real life it's gonna get critical. I don't give a fuck what you is. Don't play with me. You understand me? All that woman shit, but you strong. Be a goddamn woman then if you're so womanly. Be feminine. Don't come up here with that aggressive shit trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get all of this sympathy. So like I don't even like talking too much. I like dealing with the information because once you go emotional, then comes the argument, and that's their MO. Their MO is emotional sporadic behavior because we can't beat them. We can't beat them at that. But guess what? We can beat them at the truth by presenting
Now,
this information, and that's what this platform is about. It's not about personal attack ad hominems, etc. And one thing I can say about Impact that she's so-called defending, well, the Sultan came up here himself. Majority of the video was about the Sultan and Chris Jackson and Kenyon Bay. Their impact. And none of them had a problem with me doing a video and showing their faces. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it one more time for the record to show y'all. Since y'all want to use that as an excuse as to why I can't do these videos. Well, this is the leader of the impact government. And I put their faces up here. And they came up here in peace. And they left in peace. Versus what this person just did. Because I refuse to recognize this person as an American or as a human. Because that's inhumane what she tried to do to me. Trying to slander me. All because... And like I said, y'all, I never mentioned anything about Myrrs. I don't give a damn about it. And it is not interchangeable. The brother said vowels are interchangeable. That's exactly what he said. He didn't say that Myrr and Moor means the same. He didn't say they had the same origins. He said Moors are, well, technically vowels are interchangeable. So if you're putting it in the same sense, the different spellings are the same. But in this case, it's not the same because it clearly means a wall. Now we're going to define what more means. Some person said it means dead. I disagree with that. When I go into my history, I find that more means mother, similar to Mary. I also find that it means the sun, like tomorrow, like morning light. This is my research, and that's her research, and she's taking it personal. I'm not taking it personal because at the end of the day, I don't got to sleep with you. Never got to see never got to see your ass another day in my life. Never got to speak to you. It's not personal. It's about information and letting the people decide. So with that being said, I'm not gonna talk y'all to death. I'm gonna let my other guest talk. Waldo Pele, give you the floor for about 2 minutes, brother. I don't want y'all to get long with it anymore. Let us know what y'all agree with or disagree with, or what y'all want to give to the audience to build off of. So what's going on, my brother Waldo Pele?
Hey, my brother, I love you. I love your show, and I love the truth. And one thing I want to pass it on. I want you guys to understand we're fighting a war of information. So when you come with the truth, the person, when the truth hit them in the face, the only way they can react is aggressively, emotionally, making the case personal. So you forget what you were talking about, so you became themselves. So you should never allow a person to derive you on your objectives. So when they come to do that, just bring them down. Don't even address it, because the reason we're wasting the time addressing this issue that's going to happen every single day, they don't want to hear the truth. I'm from Haiti. I went to school to Haiti. I went to university in Haiti. I never knew the Moorish Empire, what they call Myrr Empire, was Haiti. I never knew Haiti was fighting the British in Savannah. All this war was the Moorish Empire, the Moor Empire, fighting the British, the Spanish, and the French. We were fighting, and the German also. So we were fighting the colonial power. So when the Saline took the independence in 1804, and create the Empire of Haiti, he called the army the Indigenous Army. That was the army that was fighting and free all Latin America, including Mexico, even America. He was fighting them. But the reason he called indigenous is because we are aboriginal. And if you go to the 14th Amendment, they tell you the citizenship is for people from Europe, except the aboriginal, who is us, the indigenous of that land. But you have to understand, after 1860, 1820, they put an embargo against Haiti. And from that, they start changing the story. They create a complete new movement, saying we came from Africa, and this and this and that. But at the same time, I got a book that have all the city in America that have the name of the Moor. And when you say Moor, Moor, M-O-R-E, that's the French word for Moor. The Maroon, M-R-O-O-O-N, is the name also for the French and also for the Spanish. When they say Moorish, it's also Spanish and also German. So you have to understand, when you're doing the research, you have to figure out, okay, do I want to do research in French and British, or you want to do it in Spanish or in German? Because all these languages is the same people, but they have these different words they use to describe our people. But the Myrr and Muir, I don't know anything about that, but the Moor, M-O-R-E, Maroon, M-A-R-O-O-N, or Moorish, M-O-R-R-I-S, More, More, is the same indigenous people in America. We are the Olmecs. We are the what you call the Tainos. They keep changing the names, but if you go to La Venta, Mexico, you're gonna find 200,000 ton heads of our people, of our ancestors in the Americas, 20,000 years before Christopher Columbus. If you go to Haiti, we have the oldest synagogue or church or temple that's over millions of years. We have the oldest pyramid in the Caribbean Ocean. It's made with glass. It's older than the one in Giza. So we are the Atlantis. We are Atlantis. We are, because remember, every nation, every empire, you go high, then you go down. So when Christopher Columbus came, we were going in downfall. And the empire is lost in 1915 when the United States invaded Haiti and took the gold of the Maroon Empire, buying it to the Citizen Bank. It's still there at the Citizen Bank today. It's still there. And they took over Haiti, and the slave they put in Haiti. Haiti have to fight them until I believe it was 1915 to 1937, until the Haitians took their independence back. But after that, they divide the island in two, create the Republic of Haiti, the Republic Dominican. But that gold never come back, and that's when the Moorish Empire lost, because the Empire State was in Haiti.
Hey, let me say
So
this right
from
quick,
that,
Waldo. Hey, check
yes,
this out. This is my
go ahead,
insight.
sir.
I believe the Moorish, Haiti. Hold on, let me mute this right quick. What we call Haiti, the Haitian Marines, right? The Navy. I believe because they was kicking so much behind up here that they started to believe that they were going to get Africans. Because a lot of people were dark skinned, a lot of the soldiers. They ain't gonna really show you the soldiers and the artifacts or whatever and the relics. But I believe the Haitians did have a connection with Haiti. There's a group in Africa. There's a group in Africa called Boko Haram. It's also in Haiti too. I can show you a source that Boko Haram was in Haiti too. So we do have a Latin connection with Africa. So the government over here assumed that they were bringing African soldiers over here to help. So this is why they're kind of saying that we're African. I don't believe a lot of us are African, but I do believe that we have a connection. And with that being said, I just want to let my other guests say something and introduce themselves right quick. Waldo, let me let these other people talk, and we're gonna get back to Haiti on how we were connected with Africa and how they overwhelmed the British. Because without Haiti, we were not gonna beat them. And guess what they do right now today? They give the credit to France. But it was actually the Haitians that helped us win the Revolutionary War. But anyway, I got Mango up here and Gwen O and Sultan up here. I want to let y'all say something first. I think it was Gwen O up here first, or Mango. So can y'all introduce yourselves and let us know what y'all agree with or disagree with before I go to the next? Anybody? Gweno, you want to talk? Mango? All right. They don't
I'll
want to
say
talk.
something if they won't. Look. Let me say this about Haiti. That's another thing. I'm glad he came up here and said that. Right. So I was gonna say, because one of the somebody else up here was from I-80, right? And they were talking about, yeah, when we came to America. Let me make. I don't know if he's in here. It's like, what y'all. I don't know what part some people don't understand, that Haitians in Haiti, whatever you wanna try to say, right? Those are Americans. I don't know why people don't understand that. They like, oh, we're going to America. No, those are Americans. So we have North and South America, right? And the adjoining islands that make up America. So I just need to say that because he was the one that was up here. I don't know if he understands that. A lot of people get the misconception that when they come to the so-called United States or North America, that, oh, we're going to America. It's like, what do you mean? You was just in South America or the islands of the Caribbean. You've been in America.
Well,
You were just in the South.
exactly. But
That's
even the
crazy.
president of the United States don't understand that.
Yeah.
The
That's
president of the United
crazy.
States says he's going to deport the Haitians from America because
And
he
look,
think America it's only United States.
no, you know what? Look.
Well,
No,
we
no, no.
were
He don't.
here before him.
Right.
Before
What it
Christopher
is?
Columbus, we were here.
Right. Look, Waldo, let me say this to you, right? This is what's going on. See, look, this was happening. Mind you, we got colonized. So bam, we got colonized. All right, that's what we're going through right now. So they have these imaginary borders set up within the jurisdiction they have colonized. So that's what I was just talking about, that because all the nationals, all the American nationals throughout, you know what I'm saying, this empire, you know what I'm saying, over here in the West where we at, we're supposed to slide through these ports with no problems. We're supposed to be able to slide through these ports without no issues. You see what I'm saying? Unmolested. Now, that's why like right now, a lot of our peoples that's from the South, the Latinos or what have you, those are just mixed Moors. Those are mixed Moors. So what's happening is they're separating the ones that were here up north from the ones that was down south. That's what's going on right now. So
Excuse me, fire title.
Exactly,
1 second,
exactly.
fire titles,
They
brother.
did that
What?
because
So
after
everybody.
1804, they did that after 1804 because they didn't want these so-called black Americans in America, the black more in the north, became independent to be free, like the South more, who's Haiti and Bahamas, the Jamaican. They don't want that, so
right,
they start the separation like they do in Africa.
Let me
right.
say
That's what they
something.
do.
Let me say something right quick, because that's what this video was about. What Five Titles just said, and I want to let these other people talk. So the woman that came up here, right? The whole argument was that Creoles were pale faces. This is what she's arguing to me. You just said they're just mixed Moors. So she's trying to tell me not to claim them because they are Criollos when that don't mean pale at all. So this is the confusion that I'm talking about that we need to address, like how y'all say put it on spot, and that's all I did. Lady Criollos are not pale face, and like this brother just said, they are mixed more, so they still my damn people, and I don't give a damn if y'all racist or not. Anyway, Mango, Lou, and Gwen Oak, I keep giving y'all a chance, brother. Do
Yeah,
y'all want to say something?
yeah, my fault, brother. I had my thing on mute. But yeah, I'm just listening to y'all. But as far as the Black history, I can't get past the Moors. You feel? I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and just being in this city, it's nothing but Moorish architecture all throughout here. So
Right.
I just be like, it's like in Baltimore, it's undeniable. I can't speak on every other city, but you come to Baltimore, is no way you can get past the Moorish history here.
Hey, bro, I done so many videos. Y'all got like clock towers out there, big old
Yeah,
towers, this
Oh my
Moors.
goodness, bro.
Like, bro, like it's obvious. And I done my research and they try to rewrite it to this dude named Lord Baltimore. Man, it's all bullshit. You know what I'm
Right.
Hey,
saying?
PNF, look at the name, Baltimore,
Literally.
Baltimore,
Then you gotta
literally
think, bro.
Baltimore.
We got a neighborhood called Druid Hill, and it's literally a Moorish
Exactly.
tower overlooking it. You feel me?
Exactly, bro. So like we look up something called it's called the Chicago Exposition, 1893.
The
And they
World
got the
Fair.
Moorish
Yes,
building.
this one is a perfect one. Okay, if I may say two things about this one, the Chicago exhibition. When you look at the statue, that woman, okay, she's a Moor,
Right.
Right.
but on one hand she have that red beret, okay, the red whatever the color had been turned out, the red hat, whatever that represent the Moor,
Right.
okay, and the sword that represent the indigenous army. So you're telling me, okay, this guy was a slave, but he built Chicago before slavery, but he's a Haitian.
Exactly. Come
Yeah.
on, man. I mean, they didn't rechange the story now. They changed it. But listen, the white people wasn't even there yet. So how can you be a slave?
Exactly, but even the statue, the golden statue, they remove the statue, they melt it down. It's like the mission, the mission in organization. Everything we have is in their safe. All our stories in the safe. And what you're talking about, um, more than 300, most of the city into the California, all those country names, all the city names after the Moors. They
Exactly. And
all
that's what I'm
carry
trying
our
to
name
tell
of our
people.
ancestor, and I have a book that tell me all the name of the cities in America, in all America, Latin America, United States that carry our name.
And
So
this
like
is
when you
how
go
they
to
rewrite the history.
Missouri,
They rewrite
yeah,
the
you
history
got the
by telling us,
Missouri.
hold on,
Yeah,
am I
if you go
muted,
to
bro?
Missouri, there's hate, there's IT in Missouri. What they do also, where IT was HAYTI, they removed that. They changed it to HAITE. So the Haitian in Haiti don't even know that belong to that land over here.
Right.
So so they try to separate. They even change their name in Haiti. But if you put HAYTE, you're gonna find all the city from Chicago to Missouri to North Carolina to Virginia that have the same names.
Got you.
And if you put Moorish, who represent the Moorish Empire, the same name, you're gonna find a bunch of Morrisville in Louisiana, Morrisville in Georgia, Morrisville in Missouri, Morrisville in Chicago.
Yeah.
They're all the Moors. So how are you gonna tell me somebody was a slave and you got all these cities
Right.
named after
Why
them?
would they name these towns after these people that are slaves? That make a lot of sense. And
But most of the names like Shita, there's a lot of towns. Those names are there before Christopher Columbus.
yeah, he
Right.
never
They,
came to
they, they
North
never
America.
changed. They keep their
Look,
names since
look,
before the colonial power.
look. Christopher Columbus never came to North America, and what else? They come up with this history that's Spanish. We're speaking Spanish or we're speaking French. This is how they stole our history because they actually got this language from us, what we call Creole. But anyway, I got Sultan Al Kabir up in here, man. I'm gonna give you a chance to, introduce or agree or disagree, because I don't just like people waiting around. It get boring. So, Mango, I don't know if you want to say something. I gave you the opportunity, but we're going to Sultan right now.
Yeah, sorry. I just had a quick question. So, are y'all referring to Moors as like the Islamic Spaniards, or like are you referring to something else?
No, we're
I
talking about the ancient people. There's an ancient Aboriginal people that set sail from America, and they tried to document them as the Nahuatl or the sea navigators. In Egyptian history, they try to say they are the people from the sea. And also, it's this book called Biblical Geography Maps that was made in the 1700s. It talks about the Moors being the guardians of Egypt. They are the guardians of the borders of Egypt. I can show that source as well. So there's plenty of people around in history that's called Moors, Moro, Moorish. We're not specifying this group of people they try to emphasize in Spain. That's just one tidbit aspect of what the Moors really are. But it actually goes back into the ancient times of what we call ancient Egyptians. You understand what I'm saying? We just spread out. They're spread out far and near. But to end my explanation, they go back to these people called the Moabites in the Bible. The Moabites and the Canaanites is the origin of these people we call Moroccans and Moorish today.
Good explanation, brother.
Exactly.
Exactly, my boy. And one more thing I want to say before, so I let everybody talk. Go look at what they talk about the purchase, the Louisiana purchase. This is the biggest lie in history. Okay? With the Haitian came, we beat the British in Savannah. Okay? Then we beat the French. The French lost against us. Then suddenly they sold Louisiana to the United States. 15 states. Then you look at the story, they do a massacre in Louisiana and killing the Louisiana Federation, who was running the Louisiana, the part of Louisiana. Also speak Creole like I do, you know? But Creole it's not a French, it's a Hebrew, it's ancient Hebrew. To secure exactly what you say, it's an ancient Hebrew mean created of all, creator of all. That's what Creole means. I mean, create everything. So, but anyway, however, the Louisiana preachers, that's when they start erase everything about our people, about history, and they start taking things down, bring down our buildings, burn them down, burn the books, and whatever it's made of gold, they put it in their safe. Thank you, guys.
Everybody try to start research from them Spain Moors or the Spaniards because they was the dirty Moors. They really the colonizers. You
Right,
feel
that
me?
makes a lot of sense, bro. They always start Moorish
Yeah,
history right there when they
yeah,
tell you that they went there and took over. So talk
right.
about before they went and took over there. Where the hell did they come from? They never want to talk about that. That's a good point.
They don't like to talk about that. However, mind you, at the same time, it wasn't just them. It's Moors from right here on, you know what I'm saying, in America too. And I know the Sultan, he trying to chop it up too. So I'm gonna just say this real quick. And so the ones that came over here, we know Christopher Columbus, Christopher Colombo, Christopher Cologne. That Ninja Turtle, that nigga came over here on some janky shit. We know he's a dirty Moor, right?
Right,
At the
right.
same time, over here in the Americas right now, we got dirty Moors right now working against us right now. That's of this direct bloodline over here on this side too. So
Right.
we already know what time it is. So I'm just put that out there because they still doing it right now. So I yield.
Islam, the five titles and everything he just mentioned, that's absolutely on target. You know, black people are in the black so-called nation. You got sellouts there, right? You got, Al Sharpton is a sellout. So the reason why we are where we're at is because of the whole sellout. But good brother PFN, let me say something to you real quick. The picture that you put up with AMPAC, you said AMPAC Moroccans or Moorish Americans. Well, let me make something clear, brother. We're not Moroccans because of AMPAC, bro. It's not AMPAC Moroccan. It's Empire of Morocco Moroccan. The land is Morocco, so the people are Moroccan. Remember, Noble said that we are the founders and true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire, and that we're descendants of Moroccans. And when you go and you do the research, you find out that we are Moroccans. So it's not coming from AMPAC, good brother. Like AMPAC does not recognize the recognition, does not recognize the Moroccan nationality. It's the Empire of Morocco that recognizes the ancient Moroccan nationality, like you stated. The Moors were anciently known as Canaanites and Moabites. Well, then Noble Drew Ali said that the modern name for Moabites is Moroccan. So I'm just here. I'm just wanting to clear the air regarding that picture that you put up on the screen, good brother. I yield.
I think that Morocco was in America, like by Chicago, where y'all pulled up that 1893
Morocco's
word.
not in America. America is in Morocco. Spain is in Morocco. Russia is in Morocco. Great Britain is in Morocco. Sweden is in Morocco.
Okay.
Austria-Hungary is in Morocco. France is in Morocco. Those are the dominions. When you listen to George Washington, when you read George Washington's letter to Sultan Sidi Muhammad, he specifically stated that he's within the dominions of the Sultan and attached to his dominions. The United States and the United States of America, both entities are in Morocco. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1787 is what allowed them to be in Morocco. So all those European countries come under the sovereign authority of the Empire of Morocco and the Sultan and the Moorish governments. And that's according to the treaties. That can be proven on the treaties. I yield.
So July 4th, 1776 is the day they was free from the Moorish servitude.
No, that's the day they was freed from the British. That they gained their independence from the British.
From the British.
Correct.
The
Cause,
British
cause
wasn't.
yeah, cause remember, what is it Gwen? Is that right, Gwen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so check this out, Gwen. I don't know if how much history you know. However, the people that came over here, the so-called white people, those are hybrid Europeans, right? Those people came over here. They came over here slaves. Those were the African slaves they talking about.
Right.
Those when they came over here talking about their indentured servants, like man, them Ninja Turtles were slaves, bro. That's where the whole term come from. The Slavs, the Slavic, and all that. It was a hybrid European doing a live, and I ran across it live, and it was cracking. And somebody says about slave, and he said, "See, people talking about slaves, like my peoples are the ones originally. That's where they came from." He said, "From my people called the Slavs and Slavics." He was breaking it down. I'm like,
Right.
he's absolutely right, and he keeping it a band. And Noble Drali said, "I'm gonna get the European to tell the truth." And they breaking it down right now. So, you know what I mean? These things right here got to be remembered, and they got us to think that we the so-called black man. When you look at the word black, spelled, look it up if you think I'm lying. It's spelled Blaec, right? Black, Blake, that means pale. It means them, bro. So that means that those are the ones. That's why you got these people nowadays, they trying to get melanin shots and shit like that, and you know what I mean, get more melanin within their body. You know, they look at the noble down here, you know, the sultan down here, right? They'll look at him, and because he's so highly melanin, he's rich in melanin, they see him. Why do you think they trying to get darker? They tell, hey, yeah, you guys are black, you guys are this, and try to make you hate yourself. But they trying to tan, but they having a problem because you know they can't take the sun. Some of them bronze, and why do they bronze? Because they got a little bit of Moorish DNA in there. Those are the ones that bronze and tan, and they can take some of the sunlight. The other ones they can't. They've been getting welted up and beat up. The sun been tearing their ass a new one. I yield.
Right. That's true.
Have you ever came across the research of the Fomorians from Ireland? It was like some African seafarers that took over Ireland. I was only asking because my last name Baylor, and when I did research on them, the leader of the Fomorians' name was Baylor. And you know they be trying to make all history their folklore.
You just said bailiff, right?
Baylor, like
Oh, Baylor.
Baylor.
Oh, okay, Baylor. Okay, the word Bay is in there, and
Right.
and again, the vowels are interchangeable. Remember that. So when
Right.
you look at, that's one of our titles of nobility is a bey.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when
Right.
you even look at all that stuff, and I thought you said bailiff because if you look up the word Moor in the Black's Law Dictionary, Fourth Revised Edition, you look at the word
Exactly.
Moor, it'll say a Moor is basically equivalent to 100 bailiffs. So one Moor is like equivalent to like all of they little shenanigans, they bailiffs that be in the courts and stuff. Like, bro, I'm equivalent to 100 of y'all ninjas.
Right.
Y'all not
Because we
fucking
run the
with me, bro.
courts.
Right.
Because
That
we run the
part.
courts. We always
That
have.
that part. We the one taught them the law. See, they flipped it around, and that's why even when people talk about white and black and this and that, they got our people so fucked up they don't even know. And it's crazy because that status, the whole white thing that really belongs to us, they took it on themselves, and that's also documented in the Black's Law Dictionary, Fourth Revised Edition. Look it up, and it'll tell you it does not mean Caucasian race. It'll tell you it in there. It says it also means the Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Granada, Spain and Portugal. And why do they say that? That was the last stronghold of the Moors. And that's why Obama was kind of showing us these things and talking about stuff. Even whenever he said this, he said, I also know that Islam has always been a part of America's story. And some people are like, no, it's not. It's like, yeah, go check that out. Get a bar. Yeah, wake your game up.
Right.
What they done very well is after the colonization, they control education. With education, they were able to put on us all those lies. All our ancestors became white. Everything we did was made now by white people and so-called white, and they erase us from our own history. But I don't think they understand that we were gonna come in the age of information, where with your phone, if you know what the white name you type, then everything gonna come out. I don't think they ever expect that. And the other thing you guys don't understand, when you look at 15 states, so what so-called USA was only just a little part of America, what you call USA today. Those 15 states, they so-called they buy from the French, but they make the Haitian pay for it. That make no sense. And the idea is all lies because they can't prove the purchase. When I do my research, they only buy a post office. So-called Louisiana purchase. It's only the post office they purchase.
Right.
And
They
again, they control the economy, they control the narrative, they control the
Yep.
media, and they
Yep.
control the education. So
Exactly.
and that's why when you try to speak to some my brothers in America, say, "Oh, I got a black bank," and I say, "You should not say something like that because you are Aboriginal. First of all, you
Mm-hmm.
don't own the bank. You only own 3% of it. You don't have a supermarket. You don't give finance to your people. It's not black bank. If it is a black bank, we own at least 60% of it. We can have program to build supermarket, school, a lot of stuff for our community, so we can raise our people. Because without education, there's no future. And when you have an enemy like that erases you from your own history, from your birthright, you need to control your education. You need to control. That's why, like, you can speak everything you want to say bad about the Jews. One thing I'm going to tell they done right is the education. They control the basic for the kids. So when they kid go to college, they go learn something, but they already know who they are, and that's why we're missing. And that's why we need to go back to the source to own our education. That primary education from what you call elementary and high school, that kid must be done in his community. He must know who he is before he go to university and learn whatever he want to master. But the basic education, we must control that because that's why they get us. That's why you see the beautiful black woman have some eyelashes like a broom that cleaning the street because she think that's what makes her beautiful. You know,
That's crazy.
she need to go buy some soap to clear her melanin so she can cook like a white woman. She don't understand that she's a goddess.
Right.
She's the ancient Atlantis. She don't know
Mm-hmm.
she's the god of the world. She's the mother of humanity. She don't know that because we allow our children to public education. That is a brainwash, and that's why today we are the richest nation in the world. We still don't own our agriculture. We don't own anything, and that's why you see the system. The colonial system is very smart. They give land to the European that come in here, but we that fight, that free them from the British, we that fight for the independence, We don't have the moon. We don't have the 40 acres. Oh, don't talk about that. You know, if you want a congressman get mad at you, talk about that 40 acre and the moon. He won't call you back. So we got a bunch of gatekeeper that don't tell our people the truth, and they try to erase it from the history, and they've done that very well. But also they impose the unification of our people. Try to say, you know, North America is only America, the South America is not America, the Central America is not America, and if you're black, it's only African American have right. The African in Africa don't have right. This is bullets. Because at the end of the day, when the police pull you over, he's not gonna ask you if you're black American. He don't care I'm from Haiti. His hand is on his gun, ready to shoot.
Yep.
When you're a melanin person, the European is ready to kill you. So when he come to your window, you better know what to say to him so he don't shoot you. So
Right, it's
we
crazy
must be
work.
united, and if we don't unite it today, I don't know when we will, because this is the last chance we have to unite our people and reclaim our rightful heir as a god of the world. Thank you.
I would like to say too, like, first of all, I'm gonna say this to you, Waldo, right? Because you know what I'm saying, you from over there on the island too, like, and I know, and the Moors that did their studies know that you know what I'm saying, our brothers down there, 80 was over there whooping ass and taking names. So you know what I'm saying, so kudos to the nobles down there. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they was putting in that work and putting their feet on shit and stepping on shit. You feel me? So that part, and I also would like to add to that, when our people sitting here, because you said something about, you know, are people calling themselves black, and you tell them, hey, stop calling yourself that, and then they get mad at some of the people in some of the Moors over there in DR, you know what I'm saying, Dominican Republic and whatnot, because they be like, I know black poppy, I know black poppy, because they know you're denationalizing them. They're like, bro, I got a nationality. You're trying to denationalize me by calling me black. And it's like the people don't understand. They think they're being racist. No, you just still have a colonial mindset, and you don't know what's going on. That's your problem. So there's a album, it's an album by Nipsey Hussle. It's called Mailbox Money, right? So on his Mailbox Money, I think it's either the intro or the outro, either the intro or the outro on there. It said if you listen at the very beginning of it, they said it's legal to unalive black people, and then he repeats it again, but they say it's legal to unalive what do you say? It's legal to unalive unarmed black people. It's saying that like you can do it legally. It's legal to do it in there. And then as Jay-Z has a verse with Meek Mills and I think somebody else. It's called "What's Free," and this is what Jay-Z says on this little bar. He said, "In the land of the free, where the blacks enslaved, 3/5 of a man is the phrase, I believe." It's like, what? In the land of the free, where the blacks enslaved, 3/5 of a man is the phrase, I believe. So you're not considered a whole man because you don't have no creed and no nationality. So you're 3/5 a human. So they don't respect you as a man. You're not a whole man. So I would just like to touch on that because I heard you say that, put it out there. So when y'all check that out and are people wondering why they getting pew pew, I'm gonna tell you, look in the Black's Law Dictionary if you don't know, also in the 4th edition, and look up the phrase called civiliter mortuus. And you will see that it'll tell you it means basically one who has lost all his civil rights and capacities and is accounted as DEAD in law. You're not alive. So when they're
Exactly.
so when you
Exactly.
are and then it says one who is accounted for as DEAD in the eyes of law. So that means that you have, when they tell me, oh, we fought for your civil rights, you have no rights as a black man. Why you think these sellout ninjas, Jesse Jackson and all these bitch ass niggas, then sold us out? Them, from what I know, them niggas is claiming, they claim to be Indians. Those is more or less house niggas.
But
And the people that's, and look, watch
all
this,
of them are
Waldo.
Freemason.
Right,
They all
exactly. Look, check,
Freemason. They
and check,
gatekeepers.
exactly. And I'm gonna tell you something about that. What you just said, that's crazy, right? So there's a receipt. And I did some homework on the scholar. Her name is Aaliyah Natal. So the Peabody Museum, they show how they hijacked our status. They said in 1621 the word Indian was substituted for Moorish. And then they said in and then they said again, they said in 17, and then they transcribed, they transcribed the words again in 1730. So they doubled down to bury the history even deeper so it could be hidden from us. So, and our people think that that's right. Oh no, we Indians, we've been calling ourselves Indians. No, you have not. India just became India, and I think it's 1947, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when you look in the,
Right.
you look into South Carolina. I showed it yesterday up here too. You look into South Carolina slave laws of 1740, number 670, and when you look in there, it will tell you that that Negroes, mulattoes, mestizos, and Indians, free Indians in Amity, the ones in Amity are the ones that are labeled as federally recognized Indians. Those are the house niggas. Those the house niggas that work for them. That's still Jesse Jackson and shit. So they're all slaves. They all wards of the state under the jurisdiction of the corporation. Those is your house niggas. So when our people talking about, oh yeah, no, we free, we Indians, like we some wild Indians over here. We ain't no Moors. We ain't no Moors. It's like, well, you keep that shit over there. You keep that shit over there, and don't forget we put y'all on. So when you kept, and then you know what's crazy about it? I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I thought about. I came to this conclusion. I'm gonna yield the floor, right? Check this out, y'all. Listen to what I'm gonna say. And it hit me like probably maybe about a week or so ago. I really like was thinking about it and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So all of our people that's saying that they Indians, right? And they keep on saying that our people, that the Moors sold us out. You're right. Dirty Moors sold us out, and they still selling us out. It's our own people doing it. Furthermore, the thing that I came to the conclusion is the ones that have the spirit that's so stuck on that Indian shit, it won't let it go with their spirit, and they can't see it, they can't feel it, and they're really like, oh, we ain't no more. And they really like, we can't stand them motherfuckers. They did this and did that. To me, how I see it, because we know we eternal beings, and we know we done been here before. So they even said that maybe the ancestors was us back in the day. So if that be the case, those was the dirty Moors back in the day. That's how I see it today. They was the ones back in the day that sold us out. That's how I see it today. And I'm not talking about the ones that
If
just
if
don't know
if
no
I
better.
if I may, my brother,
Yeah.
Haiti have the empire. We claim the Moorish Empire, the Moor Empire in 1804. We have the money that have the stamp of the Moor. That said that our religious, okay, our religious is more. We are more by identity. We have the money to show it. We have a country to show it. We have an empire to show it. When you say the Moorish Empire, the Moorish Empire is included United States, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Peru, all the Americas is part
Yep.
of the Moorish Empire.
That's
So
right.
the empire lost the war in 1915 when the U.S. invaded Haiti and took the gold because we
Right.
were making all those weapons and sending soldiers all over the world to free our people.
Mm-hmm.
However, today, people will say, okay, we're Indian, we're not more. But okay, you're Indian, you're not more, but you have nothing to show proof for it. But I have a country that was the seat of the empire. We had the money, we have the nobility, the royal, the dukes,
What
and
you
such and such and such and such and such to prove it.
What you said was the seat of the
And you
empire?
still, yeah, you still want to fight the truth, but you have nothing to prove. Where I have everything to show you who we are, where we came from, and what we are. Everything that colonial system put out there is a commercial. Black is a commercial entity. It's not a human. It doesn't have opportunity anywhere in the world. It doesn't have um, an ancestor. You have nothing. And our blood right, it's noble.
right.
And sometimes, and that's why sometimes, like, I may agree sometimes to some people, but I don't agree sometimes to some people, but I don't want to go to there to explain to them because there was a young man in Georgia and they took his blood to find where he belonged. Then they tell him he's an aboriginal. Well, it's the first time he heard that, so he understands. So he went to the governor, and the governor, have a meeting and tell them, well, you're not from Africa, you are aboriginal. And he said, what do you mean? He said, well, you are the indigenous of this land. And he's
Right.
been to it on the 14th Amendment. He said clearly, citizenship is for European,
Mm-hmm.
and
We
it's only
see.
given to them to Washington D.C.
Right.
Okay, and on that he said Aboriginal are exempt. So you are the Aboriginal, and they make the governor of Georgia to say sorry They make him to say sorry because they don't want us to know the truth.
Right, right.
I yield. Thank you.
Right, yeah, like even we be having people like it's like a crash dummy in the I don't know whatever his name is in the comments, like people be just saying stuff. It's like either they don't know what's going on or they're the opposition, and it's like some people like some of the hybrid Europeans like they didn't got at me right, and they've been like get so mad. I'm like, bro, yeah, some of our I hear our peoples they'll be in there talking about we Indians and shit, and I'll be in there. I'm like, nah, I ain't no Indian, bro. This ain't Indian. I ain't no Indian. I'm like, I'm a Moor. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in the comments, motherfuckers get at me like, you ain't no fucking Moor. Come on a panel and be mad because I said that because they know the truth. They be like, oh, some of them know. But just like how a lot of our people are asleep, a lot of the so-called white people or hybrid Europeans, they asleep too. And they getting their game woke up. See, and they're like, because they was lied to as well. So the whole thing, all they did was pit us against each other, like, oh, and create these social constructs. But see, that's why now when I go to have dialogues with individuals, I have to ask them about prereqs. I was like, you know what? My prerequisites, like I said, you have to know how to read and have emotional intelligence. So when I tell you the truth, you don't fucking wild out. I don't have time for that. That's vampire energy. You're not gonna drain my shit, even though I got a big ass tank. You feel me? I'm not gonna let you drain my energy with shenanigans and even put up with it. So I yield the floor. I don't know if anybody else had anything to add or say. And if not, I can keep on gassing. Yeah.
And
Hey,
to all my brothers that here in North America, go to your Google, type Moon Empire, and put, because it's in French, you have to put Empire of Haiti because it's in French. If you don't say that, it's not gonna pop up. And also, don't use Google. Use what you call it, Bing. Use Bing because Google is biased. Use Bing, and you're gonna see Haiti, Hayte. Not the one that what? Not the one they put right now. Don't do. If you use that one, nothing gonna come out. The Haite is not gonna pop up. You have to put the real name of Haiti, which is Hayte. Okay, the indigenous name. When you put that name out, you're gonna see all those names that's gonna pop out. All the cities in Europe, France, Irish, they all were black. All those places it was our people. Okay, then they take over and the colonial, they erase, they do genocide, and with the genocide, when they come in America, they continue to do that. But we're fighting them since then. And since 1915, when they destroyed the empire, we in Haiti, in the island, we're still fighting them, and we're still here today. And that's why Haiti is the most desert or the most destroyed places on the planet. We got the scar to show for it. We got 4 colonial power fighting us today as we speak. People in Haiti are dying as we speak because we are the nobles. We know the truth. We know who we are. And they've been fighting us since 776 because they don't want enough more knows that the land is theirs. Because the moment you know that land that called USA is yours, you will kick them out back to Europe like the South Africans doing, like the people in Haiti did. And that's why that fight is a fight we must fight with intelligence, with integrity, with courage. And don't waste your time with nobody that don't know nothing, that's good for nothing, an argument that's not gonna bring your point you wanna pass, the point you wanna make. Because the more, if we got 10% of African American, so-called African American, understand there are more. This is our land. This is our heritage.
right.
That script will flip, and that's what they don't want, and that's why they're fighting us so much. That's why Martin Luther King died. That's why Malcolm X is dead, because they realize, oh, I am more. This is my land. When Martin Luther King said, "I'm going back to Washington to claim my land, to get my check," because we were here before Christopher Columbus, that's why get him killed. So you have to understand how the colonial power work. If we cannot buy you, we kill you. But today is a new day. This is a multipolar world where we as more must unite.
Facts.
Unite to rise again as we were in the Atlantis time. Thank you so much, guys.
Right. Like even let me say this and again, I don't know when I get done if somebody has something to add. When you look at also, right, some people was like, we even got proof like it's common sense. So when some people like, no, the Moors didn't build the pyramids. Like, well, who built them? Because the Moors was here first before everybody. That's documented. So what the hell are you talking about? Who was here? Who was here? And then on top of that, look at all the stuff we did. They were talking about the stuff that we had that these people weren't even used to. We put them on game about mathematics, geometry, all types of different sciences on all different type of stuff. The tools and the instruments we had. We had instruments and tools and people didn't know what to do with it. We like, man, let's put them on game about what it is. Here, let me show you how to do this. We gave them enlightenment. So we gave them enlightenment. Now they were used as a tool against us. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, these people were slaves at first, though. We had them as slaves at first. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of this history that we've been told is all bullshit. And like when I first found out, I was pissed the fuck off. I'm pretty sure, like most of us, when we found out the truth, because over here in North America, preferably North America, you know, they got us super indoctrinated via the school system and how they set it up. Rockefeller and all them niggas, like they've been doing a gang of janky shit. Everybody, and what they don't understand is they got our people walking around here looking. They have no idea how fucking crazy they look by calling themselves adjectives. And I had one person say, "Well, now we know black is a noun." It's like, okay, oh, you're talking about when they changed to a noun because why? Why could they legally do that? I'm gonna explain why they legally turned the word black, which is an adjective, into a noun. Because you had so many people claiming to be black, they said, okay, legally now we can do that now legally because so many people are claiming to be that. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like you're still claiming an adjective, and then literally you're not even literally black. You don't have any understanding about what that word even carries and the negative connotators with it. It's you're spell casting on yourself. It's a form of witchcraft. They stomping down the street screaming Black Lives Matter, coming from the original ancient people, God's chosen, that was putting these avatars down here to walk this earth on this plane of thought and do what we do. And then they sitting there spell casting against themselves and in motion together. You know how that's a powerful vibration to do that. And one of that shit is like setting you back generations. However, in my line, you know what I'm saying? Over here in my line, it's like I'm the one that became conscious. So in my line, that shit stopped right here with me. I'm the generational curse breaker in my lineage. I yield.
To enforce what you say, my brother, I'm a priest. Then from the priest, would I find out the spelling, the ABC, is a spell that disconnect you from the spirit world. That's why when the children went to the school, they're learning that spelling, the ABC is disconnect you to nature. So those people, they are Scientologists. What they done to us, they make it to a science. From information to spirit and everything and all that. So they disconnect you from your roots, from nature itself. So you don't know who you are, you try to belong. And that's why it's so hard on the young Moors. I don't want to say African Americans because this is not who we are. You know, we are more. So it's so hard on them. We men, we harder, we stronger, we build different, we can take it. But what killing me the most is the young female more. And that's why I'm gonna impress again. We have to unite ourselves to have our own banks, our own school, to finance our own school, our own supermarket, our own farm, where we can raise those children, the future of the more
Hey
empire,
Waldo, and
to
you
be
know why they
strong.
be hating? Hey Waldo, you know why they
Yes.
really down in Haiti? Y'all got that tropical climate down there. They can give us so much tropical products. So that's why they down there destabilizing y'all because we don't need them. But anyway, Bernard Rogers, I didn't let you up because you got that picture. I thought you was a troll, but I'll give you an opportunity to explain your Hispaniola heritage.
Yeah. So yeah, the picture, man, is just a fun. It's just a don't even pay attention to it. It's just funny to me. But anyways, no. So my mother is from the other side of the island. She's from Santiago, and then my father's African American. So I just wanted the historical accuracy is important here, and no disrespect to Waldo Paley, but I'm sorry, I just had to chime in because I see this kind of mysticism regarding Hispaniola, and it's just I don't know what anyone is reading or what is really happening, but what I'm hearing is just bizarre. One, there's a reason why one country on that island has the smallest portion of the island. They were never an empire. On paper, they called themselves that, but what we think and what we call empires, that is not what Haiti was. Just not even close. That's one.
My brother,
Two,
my brother,
two.
I have a
Let me
question
finish.
for
Let
you.
me finish. Let me
No,
finish.
no, 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 no.
Let me finish.
No, 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 no. You're gonna stop right there.
Let me
I
finish.
have a question for you.
Let,
What
let,
is the name of the island?
so first of all, and I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to
No,
that. 'Cause I
listen.
addressed it
I'm
in the
asking
comment.
first of all. I'm saying, what is the original name of the island
The first name of the island
before the
before
the
Hispaniola.
invasion?
So first of all, Hispaniola is the only name of the island that we know for a fact. Haiti, which you want to say, only meant a portion of the country. It meant a mountainous area of the country.
Sir, you a liar. When
Okay,
the Saline took independence from the
excuse me.
French,
Excuse me.
there
Stop. Let me
no no no
finish.
no no. Excuse me.
Let me finish.
When the
Desolate. Let
Saline
me
took
finish.
independence, sir, hold on a second. Hold on a
No.
second. When the
Let me
Saline took
finish.
independence,
Can you
what
put
was
him
the
on? Can you
name?
put him on mute and let me finish?
No,
He's been
you're
talking.
lying, sir. You are
Let me,
lying. When
can you
the
put him on mute
Saline
and
took
let me finish?
independence, what was the name of the island?
Can you
The
put
whole
him
island.
on mute
Oh,
and
no,
let
you've
me
been talking
finish?
all day. Let that brother speak.
Thank you. That's all you had to do. Anyways, so he's going to say about Desaline. Desaline doesn't come into the picture until the 1780s, 1780s, 1790s. The original name of the island was not Haiti. Haiti only referred to the mountainous portion of a region in the entire island of Hispaniola. That region today is in the present day Dominican Republic called Los Haitius, and it's a mountain national park. The oldest name of the island, because there was different Indian groups on that island. Cayelco, and they were in Samana, what is present day Samana. They called the island Quisqueya. The reason why Bartolomé de las Casas, who came later, right? He's the one that documented everything. He's the one that everybody says, "Oh, Columbus's journeys." It's actually Bartolomé de las Casas journals, and he's the one that wrote everything down. He will tell you he used Haiti for a reason because he didn't know any other name, right? He didn't know any other name to use, so he just said, "Hey, you know what? This looks like what it actually is," but it never was, right? That's one. Two, he's going to go and talk about Desaline. I don't know why these guys do this because it's contextually incorrect, but do something for me. If you don't get anything from what I'm saying, just look at all the DNA tests on this on Reddit, on TikTok. Just look at all DNA tests. You're gonna see indigenous Puerto Rico when you see a Puerto Rican DNA test. You're gonna see indigenous Cuba when you see a Cuban DNA test. You're gonna see indigenous Haiti and Dominican Republic when you see a Dominican DNA test. What is that saying? That's saying these people are the descendants of the original inhabitants of the island, i.e., Taino Indians. You're not going to see that on any Haitian DNA test. There's a reason, and this is what people who are on the outside are confused about. You always wondered why one group speaks Spanish and one group speaks French-based Creole. That should tell you that their history diverges, right? Who was the first people in the New World documented, right? We're not going to get into the semantics about it, documented to bring slaves or Africans to the New World? The Spanish and the Portuguese,
Are
right?
you done, sir?
Those are the first ones, right? So why would a group who speaks a French-based Creole think they are the first to inhabit that island? We all know Christopher Columbus sailed for who? The Spanish, right? The first Africans to come into the New World, documented, right? European history, was with Christopher Columbus, the Latinos, right? The first African or slave result in 1521 happened where? In Santo Domingo, present day Dominican Republic. When did the French cede the island? Or excuse me, the Spaniards cede the western part of the island to the French in 1697. Majority of Haitians descend from slaves that were imported in the 1730s and 1740s. That is why they will not their DNA tests will not represent the indigenous of the island. What their DNA test will represent, it'll say something like indigenous Americas. And this is his point about Desaline. Desaline was confused. In 1731, the French controlled Mississippi and French controlled Santo Domingo. The French sent Indians from French-controlled Mississippi, 1731. Look it up. Natchez Indians. They sent about 200 down there to Saint Domingue. This is what Haitians today inferred as that group of people being the indigenous, the original inhabitants. They weren't. The original inhabitants, the Taínos, had already been extinct or admixed with the present-day population that we know as Dominican. It's really that simple.
You're amazing. You're amazing with your
It's really
crack, man.
simple.
You're amazing with your crack.
So here's
This is the BS story they're telling everybody in the world today. I am a blood descendant from Anacaona, Queen Anacaona.
Yeah,
That's
no,
my
you're not.
great
No, you're not.
grandmother.
No, you're not.
Okay, listen, you need to stop telling
No,
those
you're not.
BS stories.
Look,
We
look,
Haitian,
no, you're
we
not.
know the truth. Okay?
Yeah, no, you're
Go
not.
read the book of Ditores. Ditores explains very
look
well
up
who we are.
Anacaona
And
and look up
before
her
Christopher
history.
Columbus came, we were in the island.
No, you
Okay?
weren't.
We are the Taínos.
Yeah,
Number one.
no.
Number two, you are descended from the Spaniard. We give you
So,
that little piece of land to stay. Remember?
no,
When we took
again,
independence from France,
again,
France took the whole island. We free the whole island. We
listen
have an
to what he
empire.
said.
We are fighting all.
Listen to
Listen, we are
what he
fighting the
said.
French everywhere. Where was Dominican Republic?
Historically,
You
that
were
makes
born
no.
yesterday. Listen, Republic Dominican is the only state
Yeah.
that took independence from another country.
Listen to what he said.
You took independence from Haiti.
Listen to what
You
he
don't